It's Kerouac's Relationship Corner.
This is insane, you guys.
Yo, this is sexy, man.
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the PanelsOnPages.com podcast with your host, Lee Rodriguez.
At the end of the day, babies are terrible people, and I'm not sorry for saying it.
Jason Nyes.
Motherfucker, I won Best Costume.
Jose Guzman.
Yeah, I know nothing about Firestorm except for his hat's always burning.
And Kelly Harris.
Boy, love, it appears we got a penis in the mail.
I glued my fucking eyes shut!
I just want to see all these Yelp reviews of Jose's jizz.
Oh, sorry, I knocked over the salt.
Like you had anything better to do.
What's up, everybody? Not gonna lie, wasn't sure I was in the mood for this shit. I'm very tired. I'm very sore. It's been a long week, but I'm fucking into it. I'm pumped. It is Tuesday, June. I'm gonna say it's probably what, like the fucking third, fourth,
January 42nd.
Yes, this is episode number 471 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I am your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez, and joining me tonight we got Mr. Jason Nyes.
Come on, Slavinsky.
Jose Guzman.
Guess who's got one mic and is doing the podcast naked?
Oh shit! Conspicuous by his absence is our good buddy Kelly Harris. Your boy is in Japan, just knee deep in it right now. So he's unavailable to join us. But who is available to join us is co-founder of the Panels on Pages podcast, one Mr. Jason Kerouac.
Is this what it felt like for everybody that Hulk snapped back to reality?
Something like that.
It's been about 5 years.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Holy shit, that's nuts, man. Is that fucking true? I guess it is.
Yeah, because it was
Just about.
right around after me and Mary got married.
Damn, that's fucking nuts. That's crazy. I'm getting old, you
Yeah.
guys. Getting old and shit going by
Think
too
about
fast.
those poor bastards, though. They get snapped back 5 years. What the fuck? What's going on in the world?
Oh yeah. We've had discussions about this. One instance in particular is, say you had a family, a wife and kids, and you've spent 5 years as a bachelor now, and you're just depressed and just jerking off constantly, and then all of a sudden, poof, your family's back, and you're just in mid rope fling.
My favorite is the Yakuza and cartel guys who come back to life. Like, wait, who the fuck killed all our friends?
Yeah. Or the other one I've seen is, what if you were on a plane?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's the one that I thought about the family and the relationship, but then the on the plane hit me with like, I mean, I guess part of the wish, quote unquote, can be, and they're all safe.
Right. Or how about the guy who, he lost his family in the snap, but then like he remarried and had a couple more kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the original family comes back and it's like, fuck.
Screen Junkies did a really good roundtable discussion about the sociological and mental effects of the snap and the re-snap, and it was really interesting if you have time to watch it. And
all because Tony Stark wanted to keep his fucking kid. That was selfish.
Well, I mean, I just even take it super simple. Just when you're gone for 5 years, they're gonna replace you at work, assuming work is even still a thing.
Right. So you have a bunch of refugees now, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one instance in particular they talked about is, what if you're a chick who's in an abusive relationship, and your abusive husband gets snapped, and you're sad about the snap, but you're also kind of stoked that you're out of the situation.
Gone.
And then here he comes. He's back,
all
baby.
Pissed off.
Fucking Daryl.
This is your fault, woman.
5 years of not being able to hit anybody in just sort of limbo.
It's fucked up. So, you know.
What if you were like in the bathroom? do you come back like and finish, or is that just done?
Come back just mid loaf pinch.
Yeah.
What if? No, this is gonna get real dark.
Okay, cool. I'm into it.
All right. If a pregnant woman, this can go either way. Can she be snapped and the fetus wasn't?
Well, now you're getting into some fucking semantics.
What are we, fucking Alabama all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but now that creates the new wave of villains. Just a bunch of pissed off fetuses who have to keep going.
And then vice versa. What if the fetus gets snapped and then suddenly you're at home dealing with it being 5 years later making some Eggo waffles and suddenly there's just a fetus.
Like a baby had both of its parents snapped. That baby died, not because of the snap.
Right.
Yeah, like a baby can't take care of itself.
So they come back 5 years later and their baby's just
gone
bones in the crib.
There's so many lives that probably ended not because of the snap, but in result of the snap. Because,
right.
Yeah, a bunch of dudes holding up a fucking giant steel beam, half of them get snapped, the other half are going to get crushed.
Yeah. Fucking Johnny let go of his side again. Oh shit, Johnny's gone. Fuck.
Fucking the deleted scene is just the Hulk looking at all the unintended consequences going, I'm so sorry, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I consider this a total win.
Yeah, I think it's still a win. Let's.
Well, what about the people that were like in the hospital and you're in your hospital bed, right? 5 years later, your hospital bed ain't open no more.
Mm-mm.
Or what about the people who rented out your apartment?
Sure.
And then they come home from work.
Oh, no.
Here you guys are just eating cereal at the table because you think it's still yours.
No, you're about to die. Like, you're going to die anyway. And then you happen to get snapped. Then you get snapped back. You have like 30 seconds to live and you just die all over again.
Yeah.
Oh!
These like mid-surgery patients just pop back up. Everything's still open.
Yeah.
But now the hospital that they were at has turned into a Wendy's. But now some guy just popped up on the fryer.
Well, you bring up a good point because you would assume there's not a whole lot of construction going on post snap, but then they show the whole memorial in San Francisco, so there's some construction going on. So what if you get snapped back and you just end up inside of a wall like a bad Nightcrawler Bamf?
Right.
Memorial.
I could do this shit all night.
Wow.
Outstanding.
What if you were in mid banging, right? And then you come back in and you haven't noticed because your eyes were closed when you got snapped. So you think it's just been a long 5-hour orgasm.
And all of a sudden you're banging a horse. Whoops.
Your dick's stuck in the mattress.
Your apartment complex turned into an old folks home. So now here you are, bingo night. You just popped up on stage in mid hump. Nobody in front of you anymore. And you're just going.
Oh, that's outstanding. Love it. We got a real fun top 6 to get to later tonight. I think big ups to, I think Zero suggested this one. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun. But before we get into that, what's happening next week? I had a pretty chill week. Not a whole lot to talk about. This should be pretty quick. My lovely wife did her annual Relay for Life fundraiser over the weekend.
Oh, nice. I did not realize that was this past weekend.
Big ups to everyone who donated. She cleared personally her biggest donation drive. She was the highest single person fundraiser, excluding like teams and stuff, for the county for the year. And they had overall their most successful event they've had in, I think they said 5 or 6 years. So
awesome.
Big deal.
I will take a lot of responsibility for that. So you're welcome.
You should. Good.
Did
totally
they
should.
Figure out their helium situation?
A Napa Auto Parts in town donated a tank to them.
Oh shit, that's cool. Because I did realize there was a helium shortage in.
Or tell that to the graduation parties that they don't bring balloons in. They don't let you bring balloons into graduations anymore. So like when we were going to the lady's niece's graduation, there was just this sad little guardrail with like 95 balloons stuck to it.
Looking like a snap memorial.
Oh shit! Did
Before
someone get
the-
hit by a car here?
Before we had the snap, we had helium. Now we don't. The one thing Tony Stark forgot: bring back helium.
He's a genius, not a party clown, Jose. Give him some fucking slack. I'm back on that a DDP yoga train after a while, and man, my whole fucking body hurts. It is. It's a good time. I missed it. I realized, oh yeah, this does make me feel good, but oof, it's also made me feel bad.
Just feel that sweat dripping off your nose.
I'm aware of my like spine and shit for the first time in years, like because the jiu-jitsu is hard on the body, so it's a good to alternate. I'm having a good time doing jiu-jitsu a night and then doing the yoga and the jiu-jitsu and the yoga. Like I feel like it really helps to kind of maintain me a little bit after going there and just fucking wrecking dudes. I wrecked dudes today, you guys. It was not even fair. Like it wasn't all right. I felt bad when it was over. Not really. It was
How
great.
many dudes did you choke with their jackets?
I didn't choke anybody with their jacket, but I did choke a guy with the arch of my foot. So that was kind of fun.
Gross.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely an added element of, oh, this is kind of nasty and he can't breathe. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And that's a good move for me.
So are you using both feet like a foot gibber or just one arch?
You fucking gibbering people.
No. I was at what you call a high mount. So my
So you essentially
bet you would.
stepped on this
What?
dude's neck.
Huh?
You essentially stepped on this dude's neck.
No, it was like my butt was on his chest. And I was able to maneuver my right leg so that the right outside like arch of my foot was under his chin up into the side. And then my right hand came down under his head and like lifted up, and I just squeezed the two together and choked him out with my foot. It was great.
Oh my god,
I
you're so sick.
saw this.
It was fucking great. And not the first time I've done that. He knew it was coming, couldn't stop it. It was really sad for
Oh
him.
yeah, he knew he was in a bad way when you ended up sitting on his chest.
Yeah, it's not a good spot. That's not an optimum place for basically any human being to be.
He's like, yes, this was my plan all along.
I got him right where I want him.
Please open him up like a beach chair, just pulling his legs out and just getting all comfy.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Jiu-jitsu's fun, you guys. It's fucking great. What else? I read today that going into effect as of July 1st, Tennessee is no longer going to allow weddings to be performed by internet ordained ministers,
Oh, what?
which I'm saying is horseshit.
Time to take your business out the state, bro.
Well, it's just a bunch of fucking crusty old white dudes getting scared because gay people are getting married and not going through the church to do it.
Yep.
It's like, fuck out of my face.
That's trash.
Hey, you can't-
80% of everything that happens in America is because of crusty old white dudes.
Yeah, it's
can't have them church numbers going down. Gotta make that money.
It's fucked up. Not happy. I would be surprised if that shit stands, because like, I don't know. That seems like a real civil liberties kind of thing. Like, who the fuck? Like, it's a church. Fucking, it's a ministry. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, and also you can get married just at the courthouse. Like,
Exactly. Like, it's not. It doesn't have to-
Yeah, but I bet you Tennessee, like that's an extra. That's probably extra money they're counting on. That's probably like their vacation fund.
well, I mean, you still have to pay all the
courthouse
fees for the
wedding.
license and all that. So
Yeah, they still get all that shit. Only difference is, like, you have to go through somebody who has I'm gonna say, statistically significant more chance to belittle a child to get married
right.
if you go the other way. I'm just saying, like,
I don't know, man. I don't know. Not speaking on you, but you're talking about guys on the internet who got ordained. I feel like it's a clean
It's
break.
about 50-50 split.
even odd, let's say.
I do love all these religious figures getting dragged on Twitter, talking about how if you're a good Christian or a good Catholic, you shouldn't be celebrating, Pride Month, and then everybody's just like, hey, how about this? How about you don't diddle small children? Bye.
Yeah, how about you clean your own goddamn house, you fucking weirdos?
Yeah, J-Pop brings up a good point in the chat. You need to get in touch with Kane and see if you can get this shit overturned, Lee.
Fucking get the big red monster on the case.
Right. But he's also like, I'm pretty sure he's libertarian, so
Well, then he'd be even more on the fucking ball.
maybe, yeah. Less government overreach.
Yeah, which
Yeah, he's all about the flames.
yeah, straight up, it's fucked up.
Jose.
And then last thing I'll
Unwoke
talk about
uncle.
real quick. I downloaded Cuphead on the Switch.
Yes.
Having seen and heard about it for a while. I think it was an Xbox or maybe just a
That's the one
Steam.
where the guy has a cup head.
Yeah, that's when he has a cup for a head. Yeah, that's the one.
Nice.
And boy, that game is a hate crime. It delivered on everything I expected it to be. I expected it to be breathtakingly gorgeous and ball-searingly difficult. It is both of those things. Like, it is a super hard platformer, but all the graphics are like hand-drawn animated characters, like a Fleischer cartoon. So I mean, it looked outstanding, but shit, is it hard? Like, it is.
I watched a guy in a GameStop drop a Cuphead coffee mug box. Heard it break, picked it up, did that whole "anyone see me?" and then like, kind of hide it back on the shelf.
Did the full Ace Ventura.
That whole and then look at the box again, like, no, maybe not this one. Put it up, walked away slowly.
This is definitely not gonna work for unrelated reasons. It's fine.
Put this right behind them other 3 boxes. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
This is all a coincidence. A real coinky dink. Yeah, that's all I got. What's going on, nice?
Oh shit. So today we released my Detective Pikachu and Godzilla King of the Monsters trailer mashup.
Fucking rules.
So I want to thank everybody for sharing that and liking it and everything. Man, it was fucking fun to put together. It was a lot of work. It put a lot of strain on the computer with all the rotoscoping and shit like that. But man, when I superimposed that Snorlax and like it looked like there was glowing fire kind of passing through the fur on the edge of his arms, I was like, oh my god, this is stupid how good this is. So big ups to everybody for liking that and sharing it and retweeting
I am
it.
a goddamned artist, you said. To
Yes,
yourself.
yeah. Mary came in at one point and I'm showing her something. She goes, man, your job's so much more fun than mine. Really lit up, more than anything, lit it up on Twitter, and it is still going. Thank you, Indonesia, for someone from Indonesia with like 25,000 followers retweeted it, and it's been going strong all day. So thanks for that. And then the only other thing I really got to talk.
If only he knew it was done by WWE.
The only other thing I really need to talk about, since that took up a better part of my weekend, is that Jon Moxley interview on Talk Is Jericho. And since then, he's done another one with Wade Keller of Pro Wrestling Torch, and man, I fucking love listening to that guy just drag WWE, specifically Vince.
But I like it that he's not. It's not overly shitty. Like, there's not a guy who's just bitter. Like
CM Punk.
Yeah, that guy was fucking mad. Like, and not even a judgment, he shouldn't have been mad, but still.
Yeah, but he talks about how, some mornings he just didn't want to get out of bed. He was rehabbing his injury and thinking about ways that they could bring him back, and he kept thinking, oh, they're not going to go for that. They're not going to go for that. They're going to fuck this up somehow. So he just kind of put his head down, went through his whole contract, and then got the fuck out of there. And like he said, like, he didn't have an intention on going to All Elite Wrestling or anywhere specifically. He just wanted out. He would have been wrestling no matter what, even if All Elite didn't exist. It's really cool, especially if you're a creative type who has been stonewalled by people with no fucking vision. It really speaks to that. So if you're a fan of wrestling, WWE or otherwise, and you know of Dean Ambrose / Jon Moxley, I would track that down because it's a good listen. Give you
a friend of Indonesia.
Gives you a behind the scenes of how things kind of work in WWE, and Moxley points the blame solely on Vince McMahon. and pleads with him, just go away for a month. Just stop. Like your whole creative process is trash. Fix it. So it's an exciting time. They certainly haven't answered with their product at all. That's for sure. You would have thought that first Raw coming right out of the gate after Double or Nothing that they would have
fucking
been
hit the ground running and really kind of pull out the stops.
Nope.
No, more of the same bullshit.
Because they
He
still got,
probably looks at him like, I conquered WCW. Fuck these guys. This isn't going to stick. They're not going to hang around.
yeah, but their ratings have been struggling big time for the past couple months. So at this point, you're almost better off mentioning them and essentially going to war with them on your program, because that'll get people to tune in. And
what are they going to do in response?
Yeah,
Let me see that. That sounds. Yeah, I want to. Yeah.
you've got their TNT. Is it TNT they're going to be on? The All Elite Wrestling, they're going to be on TNT. So you've got 4 months.
Ted Turner said, "I'm back."
Well, Ted
motherfucker.
Ted Turner is no longer involved, but WWE has 4 months to kind of get a running start before their TV starts.
Oh, they're not gonna.
They're not going to. They're gonna have to be pushed into a corner to do anything. But they got to promote their latest Blood Money show in Saudi Arabia, so they don't got time for All Elite Wrestling.
I am fucking astounded that they are going back to Saudi Arabia.
The money is too good, man. That oil money.
That contract's probably what's keeping them afloat.
Oh, that and their TV contract, you better believe it, because like they don't give they pay the women for that show, even though the women don't even come to Saudi Arabia. That's how much money they're making off these shows. They can just blow money like that.
Why aren't they going to those shows, Nice?
Because Saudi Arabia won't allow it.
Oh, because they can't.
They can't wrestle. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. In fact, I think it was the first show, the Greatest Royal Rumble, where they showed the commercial with some of the women in it in the arena. Oh,
Greatest Royal Rumble, my balls.
They fucking lost their mind. They're J-Pop in the chat says that they're getting $40 million per show.
Jesus
for the
Christ.
Saudi shows for the next 10 years.
Oh my God. That's a lot of money.
Sure is.
That's a lot of good shit. Jesus Christ. So what you got going on, Jose? Fucking all settled in? Taking naked poops in your house?
What an oddly framed picture that was.
It was the best.
I was framing it to where you got it, to where it almost looked like you might see it, you might not. Yeah, maybe if you tilted your camera, you might see it. Maybe. Well, we moved in a week ago, and this is the first time I get to see the place. So that's been fun. Because the beauty shows in town also picked the worst time to move from 15 minutes away from the convention center to deal with this jungle that's I-4. You fucking slut.
Oh my God. No names.
It took me 2 hours to get home last night.
Oh no.
Yeah. What? And before that, so
why on a Monday night? Oh, was it
because
okay?
Of all the
was it rush hour?
Lane closures? No, this was midnight.
Oh, well, you got to stop taking I-4, man.
Well, too late. I was on it.
Yeah, you just got to stop doing that. Like Mary does not take I-4 to or from work, even though that's the shortest way. She takes.
Yeah, but I thought by midnight they'd have their shit straight.
Yeah, well,
that's not an unreasonable thing to think. Yeah, by that point, the road should be clear.
The guy I was taking home, who lives out on this side of town, his exit was closed, so we had to go.
Yep.
20 minutes out of the way forward to turn back around 20 minutes because you can't U-turn on I-4 because you might drive off a cliff because nobody knows where the fuck I-4 is going now. And then, so we just rode it out and just kept driving until we found an exit.
Remember
so it used to be a 15-minute ride, took 2 hours, so that was cool.
Remember when we did that after the Michael Jackson experience? Totally missed my exit.
No. But yesterday I worked. I got in at 7, left the convention center. It was 7 a.m. Left the convention center at 12:30 p.m. And then took 2 hours to get home.
Oof.
And then had to go back into work today to close that motherfucker down. So not a whole lot of sleep, not a whole lot of getting to see the place, but got a fucking bomb ass Serta desk chair.
Nice.
Some of that percentage
Ooh.
off. Didn't even have to build it. Display model. Shout out. Shout out Office Depot display model.
Shout out to display models.
Yeah. So yeah, but I mean, it's been cool. Me and the lady, we got the place. We came home to an eviction notice.
What the fuck?
That's what I said.
Wow.
I fucking just moved in. You guys kicking us out?
Knowing Jose's luck.
Yeah. But I guess all the paperwork's still going through, so they haven't taken the payment yet. Or the payment has a process, so like I guess an automatic get the fuck out of here note was.
That sounds
generated.
aggressive for a technicality.
So it was for you guys?
It was for us because on the
Oh my
computer it
God.
shows we haven't paid rent for this month. So when I went down there, and talked to her,
So you get a month and they're like, get the fuck out?
we were supposed to be gone in 3. Well, start packing your shit in 3 days if you don't pay rent.
God damn.
Wow.
So I took it down there, and she took the paper, she crumbled it up. She's like, "Yeah, they shouldn't have sent this down there. I don't know what's going on. It's just your stuff's processing. You're all good."
I was thinking that maybe it was the previous tenants that were already out of there, but were still in the eviction process.
Well, if those previous tenants spell their name the same way as me,
I mean, wouldn't be the first time.
So here I am, lugging this desk chair up here, picked up a little desk, and then go to unlock the door. Amazon package, so that's cool. Eviction notice. Not so cool. Didn't remember ordering this on Amazon Prime.
Oh my!
Hey, I'll take 2 evictions, please.
I like that they use Amazon because they know it's going to get to you quick.
Yeah.
So fucking, I don't know. It's pretty cool. So I guess over the next, I'll get everything set up in about 2 weeks, which kind of sucks because I picked up some work and then I hit Vegas. Vegas, baby. Ooh, Vegas. Vegas is coming.
Remember when you hated Vegas?
Yeah, but remember when I won back fucking 2 months worth rent?
Yeah, I fucking love Vegas.
Man, that sounds like a story that will not have a happy ending.
I can't do Vegas 3 weeks in a row. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Is that what it comes down to?
Yes.
That's the takeaway?
Very much so.
Starts to lose its luster.
It's very doable in small doses and shorter amounts of time to lose your money back.
Right.
Then you got to win it back. I just lost it. Now I had it. Now I'm up. Now I'm down. Now I'm even. Now I'm up. Now I'm throwing up in an Uber on my way to the airport. Lying to him, telling him it's fucking motion sickness, which technically isn't a lie. I was drunk. I got into the car. He started to move. I got sick. So it's not a lie.
Hold on. You're in Vegas. You get sick in an Uber, and you feel the need to lie to the guy like he doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Well, I'm trying to keep that 5-star rating.
I think it was less he was trying to lie to the guy and more he was putting the blame on the driver. Like,
Well,
this is your fault, man.
yeah.
You started moving.
Yeah. That and I was lying to myself. It was all my fault.
Well,
That was another one where it was like, because I'm on breakdown days, I work the show. And then the show ends, and then we break the show down, but we go until we're done. So when your flight's at 6 and you leave at 5, well, you want to be there at 5. Shout out TSA pre-check. And then,
Okay.
but you get done working at 12:30. Like, Duh, roulette table until your flight. And then you just start pounding drinks, and then
They still do the free drinks when you're gambling?
fuck yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Damn.
Damn indeed. And then you end up shit faced and fucking popping Dramamine and telling the taxi driver, pull over. Sorry about that. Motion sickness. Let's roll. Kind of flight to catch, homie. Stop fucking around.
What are you looking at? You never seen somebody with motion sickness before?
Yeah, in Vegas.
This whole fucking rock is moving too goddamn fast.
Your desert's moving.
Well,
So it's been a pretty long week. Big hours, long shifts, sweating dicks off. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Florida's kind of hot.
yeah.
And then
I heard a rumor.
I won't really go outside right now.
Add the fact that it's a fucking convention center and it's over, so they turn the air off immediately. Because fuck you, who's paying for the air conditioner?
That. That's
Well,
awful. It's Florida, though.
They don't give a fuck. Who's paying the air bill?
That's awful.
Like the show's over, you're not paying them no more. Done. Bye. It gets unnice real.
Yeah, but
quick.
aren't you still paying to rent that space until you're out of there? Essentially. I'm
Not
sure
the
it's
air.
in the contract that's like, okay, you only get the air on for this certain amount of time. That's still stupid.
Yeah, it's pretty. But luckily, the last day of the show, the first couple hours are pretty cool because it still takes a while. It's not until they start opening all the doors in the back to get all the freight in that it really starts leaking the air out. But for the first couple of hours, it's still kind of comfy because the cool air hasn't leaked, and then you just kind of feel it, just slowly not be cool anymore.
Stay hydrated, man.
Fucking do it. But I got to play with my show job this weekend was playing. They had 2 cameras hanging from the truss.
Ooh,
Like,
nice.
A&E camera, and then they had like a little remote and a switcher. I was basically doing 4 people's jobs. There was the one that the laptop that played the graphics that I had to switch to when they mentioned deals. The laptop that played the in-between videos, which each one of those is a separate job. And then they had the camera director job where you're picking which camera to cut to and all that good jazz. And then I was running the 2 cameras.
That's a fucking lot, man.
It was kind of cool. I started getting it in the flow and I was going, and then I would hit the angle before they knew they needed it and have it up there. And then like just straight talking shit back there. Me and the audio guy just fucking laughing. They talk about something, I already have it up. What? That ad, motherfucker? I don't know. You get loopy after a while. I started screaming at people.
Oh my god.
Well, not screaming, like, oh man, you guys having a good time? And they had the tech area like stanchioned, with black drape. You hide the help. You don't want people to see
Sure.
what's behind the curtain at Oz.
Let's see how the sausage is made.
So you'll just hear me like, woo, out of nowhere, real loud, and like everyone looks, but you can't see where it comes from because we're behind the curtain.
Pay no attention to the brown man behind the curtain.
It was fun. Pay no attention. The coolest thing was that you can set like preset angles, and you hit the button, and the camera will run to the preset, and then you kind of fix the angle, and then you cut to it.
That's fucking cool.
Until
Whoa.
you accidentally think you hit the camera 2 button, but you accidentally hit the preset button, and then the live camera jumps to the preset, so now you're all over the place. But that happened to line up perfectly when a dude was moving, and the preset angle went in, zoomed right into his crotch, and as he walked, followed him because it just worked out that way. So on the live screen is just this dude's dick following him like I'm like trying to. It's like, oh god damn it, wiener. I don't know. That was my week.
Subconsciously.
Lots of driving, no sleep, and dick shots.
How's the toilet at the new place?
So far, so good. It's
Yeah.
one of those was it a Jack and Jill bathroom they call it,
I
where
don't know. You
like
can't just say that like I know what the fuck it is.
the apartment is a 2-1, but the one bathroom is made to where it shares the master. So the master bedroom leads into it, but then there's a wall, that divides the master from the place. And then on the other side of the wall in like the living area is the little hall that leads into the master. But then there's another door that leads into the bathroom.
For your guests, so they don't have to traipse through your bedroom.
Right. So I'm sharing the bathroom with the guests, but technically I still have the bedroom in the master and also a guest bedroom. So it's kind of cool. It's a cool little setup. We'll eventually get it all put together. My office overlooks the balcony, goes to the office, so that's kind of cool. Overlook the tennis court.
Balcony, my stars.
Yeah.
Fancy fucking schmancy.
Sit out there on a nice, cool night with a fan and a mint julep.
You know it. I gotta watch some of my mints because now I'm on the fucking grid. I gotta worry about neighbors. I got people above me. I got people on the side of me. I got people with noses.
I mean, it's not like you don't have vape pens.
Yeah, I can only do that so long. I gotta that's my road dog.
Sure.
When I'm home, let me live how I want.
Let me put it in the air, like Snoop Dogg says.
Florida hasn't legalized that shit yet.
It's
Well, our
medically
med
legal.
game is strong right now. Like it's getting better. Chicago just went rec legal.
Not only does Chicago go rec legal, but they're also doing like gubernatorial pardons when people got locked up for like less than 30 grand.
That's good.
Nice.
That's cool.
Let-
I love when them goobers come in. They come through.
Every once in a while, a group will do you a solid. It's fucking great. What's going on with you, Kerouac?
Oh,
For
you
the
know,
new listeners,
Yeah.
tell them who the fuck Kerouac is.
Yeah, catch us up on the last 6 years.
Yeah.
I bounced around a little bit work wise, not too much, but the giraffe went under.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kerouac's a fucking career retail man, which I cannot goddamn fathom.
Yeah,
Thing people to want to do. So fucking good on you. The world needs you.
yeah, presumably. So before they went under, this other place reached out to me, and I got hired on a month or two before they shut the doors at Toys R Us.
You got out while the getting was good.
I did. And this other place, man, boy howdy, sent me to Texas for 2 months for training, all expenses paid, $50 a day per diem for food. What a great experience this training program was for 2 months. And then, man, they shoved me in one of their shittiest locations, which it's the only one. It's the one local here, but wow, what a fucking bait and switch. And
Check out how cool Texas is. Now go somewhere else.
yeah, I have never worked somewhere for a shorter span of time than I did that place. That was, I don't know, 8 months maybe.
Me and Nice got you beat.
Yeah,
We did one day at a bowling alley.
It was also partly food service too, and that wasn't necessarily your game, and that's a completely other world.
That was definitely a big. So it's not that I'd want to get into a straight up restaurant, but I feel like maybe I could handle that a little better than the crazy combination of we've got a bowling alley and an arcade. We've also got a bar and a restaurant. We've got the worst of both worlds.
Adult Chuck E. Cheese.
Pretty much. And our location, like, couple blocks down from where my old Toys R Us was, it's not the bad part of town by any means, but it's almost worse because it's the line between the bad part of town and the good part of town, so you deal with both ends of the spectrum. You get Karen yelling at you because you won't accept her coupon, but you also get
Fucking Becky.
whomever else in there just straight up walking out on their tab because they don't want to pay for their fucking wings.
You were gonna say LaQuisha, weren't you?
I couldn't come up with a name that wasn't going to sound racist.
Goddamn, Mel Gibson.
So my old boss from Toys R Us throws out a lifeline to me and wants to get me in. They're yes, nice, as surprised as you were. They're opening new Burlington stores.
So the lady started at Burlington.
So they're gonna open. Oh yeah, that's neat.
No names.
Did she like it?
No.
It's definitely a different kind of retail than anything I'm experienced with. One, I haven't done apparel before really, and there was some at like Babies R Us, but two, it's off-price retail, and it's such a weird business model because it's like, hey man, do you have this shirt in another size? No. Oh, do you know when you're going to get more in? No. Literally,
like probably never.
Yeah.
It's next week we could get 100 of them, or we may never have that back in stock.
Yeah. Burlington is the Aldi of clothing stores.
Yes. That is accurate. In fact, I bought a shirt that turned out to be botulism.
Don't go there looking for something specific, because you're not going to find it.
That's what I tell everybody. Burlington is the store that you walk into with no idea what you want to buy. You just, I'm going to browse, and you walk out, you spent $50, but you got like 20 things.
Those
people
racks,
keep asking you what happened to the coat. Hey man, how come you guys you're not the coat factory anymore?
Yeah. They have dropped Coat Factory from literally like everything. And boy, does it confuse people when I say I work for Burlington and they're like, huh? It used to be Coat Factory. Oh!
The artist formerly known as Coke Factory.
The fucking Coat Factory!
Why didn't you fucking say so? You get down with the coats, okay? Come on in.
Fucking Jimmy Coat Factory over here.
But
did they tell you in training why they dropped the coat factory?
Just diversifying, man. They don't want to be pigeonholed. They don't want to be pigeonholed. They're like Josh Hartnett. Josh Hartnett didn't take the role of Batman because he didn't want to be pigeonholed as Batman. And boy, howdy, did he screw up, and Christian Bale got it.
Yeah, now Josh Hartnett is pigeonholed as Josh Hartnett, unemployed actor.
Exactly.
30 Days a Night.
That guy?
30 Days a Night.
Oh, I know. I'm saying that's who he's pigeonholed as. He's pigeonholed as who the fuck is that?
Gotcha.
Right.
Well, yeah, because all you got to do is make sure that on the movie set you yell at somebody for something else, and they won't pigeonhole you as Batman. Now you're just a crazy guy who screams on set.
Oh, great. Oh, good for you. That was the best.
I'm the fucking Batman.
I'll knock down your fucking lights.
So, anyhow, I got hired for a new store that they're going to build. In the meantime, they put me in this other store that didn't have any management right now. It's a train wreck, but we're making it work. But what's new with me is, as of today, I found out that the new store's opening got pushed back. And basically, for 6 months, they don't know what they're going to do with me.
Oh.
And one of the things that was thrown out was, hey, if you're open to relocating, we need a manager down in St. Louis.
Missouri?
So there is now the possibility that I'm going to move to St. Louis.
At Nellie's Coat Factory?
Down and get me some.
That's why they dropped the coat. It was getting hot in here. Got him.
So that's what's new with me.
Like a thing.
Yeah.
Wow, that was quick on the draw. Nice.
Now we're definitely fucking getting demonetized.
YouTube, man. YouTube's easy. Oh, man. I couldn't imagine moving to St. Louis to manage a Burlington Coat Factory.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna take that. It'd be a bump in pay. They'd help me with the relocation.
They pay you to relocate?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah, I mean, this is.
like, fuck it, why not?
Is it?
I have no. Well, so this is how the conversation went because they're like, well, but we'll find you something in the interim. I assume you're looking in the Indianapolis market, and I just kind of looked at him and I shrugged. I swear, in that second, I turned into the cartoon roast turkey dinner on the deserted island.
I said, "Oh, this fucker wants to travel."
Oh, he just leaned in and he's like, "Are you open to relocating?" Like, again, just kind of,
You want this other
You
job?
need the photos of our Anchorage location?
We are opening a new Burlington in Fallujah.
St. Louis was certainly never on my radar. There were a couple places that I've considered a move to.
Well, put in
St.
now,
Louis-
you might get Burlington Mars.
There you go.
Atlantis.
I mean, look, I would take a job on Paradise Island, Atlantis.
Burlington
no.
Wetsuit Factory.
They definitely do not sell coats at that Burlington.
Burlington wetsuit.
So is the move for just the 6 months, or now the 6
Yeah,
months might
so-
turn into longer because you're willing to move?
If I took that would be
That's
fuck
like
this new store. Somebody else will get that one. You're going to St. Louis.
Or you hang out there, they find you something to do, and then you take that store.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Exactly.
Well, for those 6 months, can you go find whatever you want to do and just tell them to keep paying you? Tell them, "No, I got this. I'll find something to do. Just keep them checks going."
Well, so the store that I trained at for Burlington, like, it was a brand new store. Got along really well with the staff there and whatever. So I definitely tried to float that today. I was like, and hey,
I could just be like your new store
take
guy.
some off your plate for you. I'm just going to go work at this store. And he just kind of chuckled. I'm like, okay, that's not happening, I guess.
Yeah, Lee,
That's
you
when
had
you
a good
start.
idea of being like on the new store team that just goes around and opens new stores, and you get change of scenery. You don't get sick of the fucking staff or the
Yeah.
locations. See the world.
You walk into your manager's office, beat the shit out of yourself, tell everyone he did it, and walk out with a shopping cart full of
Coats.
fucking goats and keyboards.
How the
Just
fuck old is that movie? Jesus.
Whistle your way out.
Yeah. Fun fact. My manager's office is my office because they didn't have a manager. I'm it. I have like 3 different name tags.
Oh
Does
shit.
one of them say Don Julio?
Yes.
Sweet. I like it.
Well,
One says Bangholio. On the bottom, DB for my bunghole.
well, best of luck in your current employment situation, Kerouac. But we need to get to the important stuff. So
Sometimes
right.
it's great, sometimes a whore. It's Kerouac's relationship corner.
all right, so it's been 6 years. I think the last you were on the show, Kerouac, you were forcing one girlfriend out of your current apartment.
Yes. Yes. Thank God that's over.
You
Say,
were
girl, don't you want to move to St. Louis?
I got a text from that bitch one day because I'd gone to her Starbucks that she worked at, and I got a text that was, I'd appreciate it if you didn't intentionally come in, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, grow up. I was near there. I went in. I got a coffee. I left.
get some
And her
fucking
response was, okay.
get some fucking eyebrows.
Nailed it.
So what kind of adventures have you been on? Like, is that one of the reasons you're thinking about moving to St. Louis is you've just dried up the talent pool in Indianapolis?
I legit had that thought. I was like,
Plenty of Fish is like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. I guess there's not plenty.
oh,
Okay,
Man,
no,
Cupid.
the irony is,
Okay, Cupid is more like, K Cupid?
the irony is, one of the girls that I used to date lives in St. Louis.
Oh my god.
Oh, nice.
I don't even have I don't even have a clean slate.
Is that irony or is that
Fate.
Isn't it?
Does she need a roommate?
is she in need
So,
of a jacket?
Not. I hate to disappoint, but not really much excitement on that front.
You know what? Maybe that's
there's-
okay. You gotta fucking work on you for a little bit.
Yeah, there's been dating, there's been, but nothing too interesting.
Never stopped you before.
Okay. Well, one of your goals way back when. So, have you banged a black chick, Kerouac?
Oh, so many.
He said, I'm honorary.
You know what St. Louis has? A whole lot of them.
I definitely crossed that off my bucket list.
Wow, got some soul.
Living the goddamn dream.
Yep.
Look at
Yep.
this guy.
So, yeah, I
Have you noticed
but
in
it's
like
funny-
commercials and stuff like that, they're starting to include more like mixed couples? And whenever I see like in a commercial where it's a black chick and a white dude, I'm like, really? Come on, no. Like, I'm all for inclusion and all that, but really, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad that worked out for you. Glad you're having some. It's like a real interesting fucking time with the career wise, man. That's interesting. Good time.
it's me time. It's funny because I was out at one of our state parks, Shade State Park, on Saturday. Just me and nature, and doing some thinking, and definitely said, I think I'm gonna focus on me for a little while. Get my head on straight.
Well, don't take too long. You're not getting any younger.
No shit.
Like, I did the whole taking some me time back when I was 23, so. Shit or get off the pot, you know?
Don't listen to him. You got it.
I'm just teasing.
That's great. All right. We got a bit for this week, Nice?
Yes. Actually, in honor of Kerouac rejoining the show this week, we got a Popcast Classic bit, which is a very special message from Jason Kerouac and the Popcast. So, let's listen to that, and we'll be back in 1 minute and 46 seconds.
Woo!
I'm Jason Kerouac from PanelsOnPages.com. 15 years ago, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. A disease I'd never heard of. A disease they didn't have a cure for. A disease they couldn't even tell me the cause of. Over the past 15 years, through treatment and vigilance, I've managed to go into and stay in remission. I've become a card-carrying member of the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America. I've walked to raise funds and awareness for the fight. I've watched my grandmother lose the battle. And I've met others who continue to survive. Elaine and her daughters with their granite resolve. Jim, who loaned me his courage. Christine, the hallmark of bravery. Amy, a true fighter. And Mark, who's pretty kick-ass. But today I want to talk to you about little Mike. Mike was recently diagnosed with Crohn's disease at the age of 14, the same age I was when I was diagnosed. I know what the future has in store for Mike. Hopefully, he'll be as lucky as I was, and he'll be able to control the disease instead of letting it control him. But either way, it's something Mike will have to live with for the rest of his life. Unless you can help. Contact your local chapter of the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America at www.ccfa.org and find out how you can help Panels on Pages fight Crohn's disease, so Mike won't have to fight alone.
Holy shit! You guys remember Mike?
Yes.
Yeah.
That guy's got to be like in his 20s now.
Yeah.
That checks out.
Go try and find his Facebook page if you can.
I'm doing it right now.
So I went with that clip this week, not only because Kerouac's on, but we had talked about playing the egg taco bit this week on last week's episode, but the egg taco bit is on one of the episodes that we don't currently have a copy of. So I put out the call.
Right, yeah.
I put out the call to anybody who has Reboot episode 66 that has not only the egg taco bit, but also me ranting and raving about the people that changed their profile picture to Howard the Duck after the Guardians of the Galaxy, which Anus Mike was one of them. So it's full circle.
Oh, that is kind of fucking nuts. All right.
Huh. And no, I can't find him. I think the last story I knew about him was he was trying to walk across the country.
That checks.
That checks out. Remember a time when we would regularly interact with a 14-year-old boy who referred to himself as Anus?
Laugh to himself while he listened to the show swinging in the park.
Those were the days.
So I either have to listen to you guys like regularly, and then people get mad at me because they hear you swearing, or I listen to you with my headphones in and people give me weird looks because I'm laughing loudly at nothing.
Well, here's the thing. You should never, under any circumstances, listen to any podcast without headphones, you fucking psychopath.
Right.
Like, that's the worst kind of person.
Hey, this was like a decade ago. Nobody even knew what podcasts were.
Doesn't matter.
You shouldn't listen to anything in public without headphones.
No.
Like, I don't want to open up Instagram in public because I know there's going to be shit with audio, and I just don't want to put other people through that. And then there's the type of person
or wrath with boobs.
Yeah. Then there's just the type of person that'll just play audio off their phone in a public setting and not give a fuck.
Yeah, what a shitty person
What
that
a
is.
psycho you are.
Like, I hope that guy gets Crohn's.
Oh,
how is the Crohn's these days?
Hey,
no names.
I've been doing great.
Nice, good. It gets better, everybody.
It gets
tight. Keep it tight.
You too can get your shit under control.
Get your shit straight. Fantastic.
All right. So this week's top 6, as I believe, came from Zero.
Yes.
I'm fucking into it. Like, his point was we've been having a good time lately. We've been really kind of complimentary. It's all like, what's your favorite shit? That's great. That's fun. It's like, but let's get shitty. And the basis was dump the shark moments, either a thing in fiction, even a thing in reality, something that turned a corner and was like, ew, at some point, which definitely into it. So it should be great. Oh shit! Yeah, look at that. So now you put together like a list.
Well, no, it's what people
That's
do.
just dimensions.
Well, yeah, what people do, which is smart, is they respond with their list to our specific tweets. So all of the responses on Twitter are in this thread. So that's cool. And then I don't believe we had any on Facebook, and we should have at least a email from Vetter.
Got a couple emails.
Okay,
got
good.
a couple emails.
Good.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Look at that shit. That's cool. See, I so rarely use like the desktop client for Twitter. I didn't know this was a fucking thing. So that's fucking cool. Sweet deal. All right, so this was I was gonna say surprisingly, but probably not surprisingly, difficult to fucking nail down because,
There's a lot of trash.
the world.
Yup.
I'm going to start off with a thing that I love. Fucking Supernatural on the CW. These two fucking dudes have literally saved the world, like the planet, like 8 times. Like various Armageddons and Raptures. And like the biggest thing is that like even to this day, like when they roll up into town and they fight a monster, they have to have the conversation like, "Hey, yeah, fucking monsters are real." And no one's ever like, "Yeah, I remember like 2 years ago when a ball of fire opened up in the sky and like zombies came out of it. Yeah, monsters are real, dickbag. Come help fight this ghost." Let's fucking go. A lot of that came in. There was a couple of years after the creator left. Like it was tough. But they found their groove in the past couple of years. They're closing that shit down with season 16, I think, next year. But I forgive every shitty episode of that show, or even none of them were shitty. There's just subpar episodes of that show for the fantastic animated Scooby-Doo crossover they did last year, which was goddamn genius. I'll forgive a lot of bullshit you throw Scooby-Doo into it. But that shit was phenomenal. If you've never seen that show before, look up that episode on Netflix.
We hung out with their uncle.
Yeah, what was his name? What's the uncle's name, Lee?
The uncle?
Yeah,
On the show.
with the beard.
Yeah, the white guy.
Talking about Bobby?
Uncle Bobby, yeah.
Was it Uncle Bobby?
I think it's
He's
Uncle
not their
Bobby.
uncle.
They don't call him Uncle Bobby?
No.
I thought he was their uncle. Who is he to them?
He's just like a guy that was friends with their dad, like
Okay.
when they were growing up and shit like that.
So kind of like
So kind of like
Kinda
Kind of like an uncle, yeah.
kind of like Uncle Nyes, Uncle Jose.
Yeah. An
Joey.
uncle in spirit.
Okay. Well, we hung out with him. He was pretty cool.
What the fuck's that guy's name? Jim Beaver is his name.
Jim Beaver,
Yeah,
yes.
it is.
I know him
Jim Beaver.
more from Deadwood.
Oh shit, he was in Deadwood.
He was in Deadwood. That movie
Did he,
came
did
out
he
last
make it?
week.
Did he make it on the movie?
I think he
should
did.
have, right?
I think I saw
don't
him.
remember what happened to his character.
I think I saw him in the cast list for the movie. Been meaning to rewatch that since the movie just came out.
Yeah. Oh, it came out. It's already out.
Yeah, it came out on the 31st, and all of Deadwood is on Prime, and I also have the DVDs, which is
I don't even know what fucking day it is.
Jose still hasn't finished the first season of Punisher.
I expect this one to be on a few lists. Fucking Dexter, man. Like,
Yeah.
Dexter.
Like, Dexter.
Man, I forgot Dexter. It was that bad.
Yeah.
It's better to forget Dexter ever existed after that, the way that
Yup.
show ended.
I was talking to somebody about it the other day. It's funny because it's kind of coming up a lot in the past little bit.
Well, you brought it up because everybody bitching about Game of Thrones. You brought up, hey, did you ever watch Dexter?
Yeah, you motherfuckers
Right.
bitch about the end of Game of Thrones. The end of Game of Thrones is legendary compared to fucking Dexter. And I talked to a guy at work. He's like, I never heard of that. I go, fine, it's great. Watch it. You'll know when to stop. Like, you'll know when to stop because it never gets better once you think, oh, I should stop at this point because you should do it then.
So where are you saying the jump the shark moment is in Dexter?
I mean, it's basically like I didn't hate the Lumen season,
Oh, I did.
but if you stop that show at the end of the Trinity season, it's a perfect, complete narrative.
Right.
Like,
They don't
you
really-
have to do anything beyond that.
They don't really add anything to the characters or the show after that is worth watching those other 4 seasons.
I mean, you get to see Dad Dexter, and kind of
Yeah.
and dealing with that, which is something.
But you get a little bit of that in season 4 anyhow.
Yeah, it's just, oof, it's rough. Next up on the list, I put streaming services because there are. Remember when it was like, oh shit, I'm gonna cancel my cable. This shit's too expensive. I just have Netflix.
Right.
Now it's like now you have Netflix and Hulu, which are kind of the standards, and then like there's every other fucking jamoke in the world has one. Some of the fucking cable channels, if you download the AMC app, like I've got Mom's cable login. and she pays for like the highest tier cable you can have. I can't watch Preacher on the AMC app without having to like pay extra to get access to that part of the AMC app streaming library.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb.
Like DC has a streaming app. DC, who makes comics most people don't read and makes movies most people don't watch, was like, I need to get on this action.
The DC one, though, has a future because they're putting together a Warner Brothers app, and they're talking about bundling the DC app with that.
Of course they are. I'm sure it'll be $4 more to have them both. Like I hit up my brother the other day, and I'm like, man, you got to Shudder log in because they're going to $4.99 me to fucking death. I want to watch Joe Bob, but I'm not going to sign up for another fucking thing.
Well, it came to the point where now you need a cable service to lump all your apps into one.
Yeah.
I think the DC is going to get me, though, with this fucking Swamp Thing. Like, I've been fighting off the DC for a while, but the Swamp Thing looks real good. Like, it looks fucking real good.
I never did get around to watching that first episode of, what the fuck's the show with Robot Man?
Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol. And they ended up deleting that off their YouTube.
But
I may or may not have ripped that already.
Oh, nice.
Well, you got it on Blu-ray?
I'll let you know.
Oh, yeah, we still do them Blu-rays.
But like even like for as shitty as the Titans trailers looked, people say the Titans show was good too. I mean, there's going to be some good stuff on there.
And I'm under the understanding that if you've got their service, you've got access to comic books as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all there.
I didn't realize that. That's kind of a neat deal.
Yeah. But when I was in Ireland, those DC shows were on Netflix as Netflix originals. So like you can watch fucking Titan with a Irish VPN if you wanted to. So like, you could just do that, but like no. We want our own dedicated app for reasons. I don't know. We'll see how that works out.
I can kind of understand everyone wanting to do their own streaming service after the problems so many studios have had with Netflix.
Yeah. It makes sense. It's just as a consumer, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Next up, I put writing on the internet. Because man, we did a lot of great content back in the day. Like well researched, well written, well thought out, and it was great. We did good stuff. Better than anybody in the fucking game. But then the game changed. And I'd already planned on having this as one of the items on my list, right? And then the universe gifted me with a perfect example of this phenomenon. And just the shift in the game and the shitty tone of the fucking internet and the writing on it. When in my Google feed, I found an article, the title of which, the headline of the article, someone gathered the assets, the photos for the article, they put the headline together, they wrote it, they put it on the website, they put ads on, they're making money off the article, titled, "My Switch is full of screenshots my friends took by accident." And it is sure as shit. This guy look at all these pictures that my friends took on my Switch by accident. Even goes on to show 3 in a row and these are from Smash Brothers and they're not even remarkable. They're just kind of there. And it goes on for what feels like 700 words and 700 ads. And I'm just getting more and more upset as I go on because they just suck, right? And then he's like, look how much data they're taking up on my memory card. And then the first comment is from some fucking mouth breather who says, "Yeah, I play my Switch almost every day since I got it, and I'm all the time hitting the wrong button on the left or right. I don't remember which one's the home button and which one's the screen capture button. It's a really hard thing." And I'm like, "It's the right one. It's a run on the right, you fucking dummy. It's the right one. You're an idiot. Oh, this is content for idiots. I understand." They're the ones engaging in this. Fucking dummies. So yeah, fuck out of here. My Switch is full of screenshots.
Dude,
fuck out of me.
I keep stumbling on the Facebook articles where it's like, "What happened to so-and-so after such and such?"
Who gives a shit?
And the thing is, you're just I'm bored and I remember that person, and you click on it, and then it turns out to be an entire article where they tell you everything about this person first started in such and such, just to write words, to add space, to cram ads into.
Fucking sucks. It's terrible.
And I'm halfway through the article and I don't care anymore.
I don't even like Jake Busey that much.
Right. Right.
Why the fuck am I even looking at this? Next up, I put the Transformers comics. Reason I talked about this in the show with Kelly, and like they went from being like the best, some of the best shit out there, to being barely worth reading after the relaunch, and that's very disappointing.
Wow.
And then my number one, I won't be surprised if this shows up on some other people's list, is America. For just old white dudes are terrified, and they are taking it out on everyone else, and it's a fucking bummer.
Yeah.
It is a goddamn. There's so much horrible shit. Like you forget stuff. Like oh, right, I forgot about that atrocity. Right.
Yep.
Yeah. I definitely had America on my long list of things that jumped the shark, but then I was like, yeah, I don't really want to be like, yeah, Trump was when America jumped the shark, because, you know, we also did have slavery and internment camps, and, you know, I think America jumped the shark a few times.
Yeah, but it was kind of on an upswing, and we've kind of gone with, like, these motherfuckers watched Handmaid's Tale, and instead of seeing a cautionary tale, they saw an instruction book.
Exactly.
And they're like, oh, cool, this is like a tutorial.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
Yeah. But it's like it started during the Obama years too. These fucking assholes just like blocking shit. It's such a goddamn bummer. Such a bummer.
Won't even let you perform weddings anymore.
What the fuck? I'm not hurting anybody.
Son of bitches.
Like,
are they going to try and erase any marriages that were performed by internet reverends? Because does that make me and Mary's marriage invalid?
No, it is state specific and effective like only after like the time in which it's effective.
Wow.
Fine now.
That's step one, but I wouldn't be surprised if Nyes is right and that's the next thing they go for.
I guess there are already a couple of states that do that, I guess. So like there was a case where somebody was like, he went to get a divorce, and his lawyer was like, wait a minute, who married you? Oh, shit, this is gonna be great. Like there's no actual marriage. You guys have to get a divorce. This bitch just has to move out.
That's funny, but then in my situation, I'd be the one that had to move out.
Oh.
So play nice. Play nice.
I try.
Play nice.
Nice would be like, stay the fuck out of my Starbucks.
What's up, Mahoney?
Oh, you know, same old.
Your best life?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I joined the call because I need to amend one of the items on my list when it comes time for that.
Give us the list, Mahoney. Go for it.
Well, no. You keep going, and when we get around to it, then I'll do mine.
All right. Okay. Shit. All right. I think yours might actually be the next one.
Well, I'm not ready.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind.
How about this? I got Kristen Allen.
Do it.
Honorable mentions. Friends. Trying to force Rachel and Joey together came out of nowhere and was so dumb.
I figured she just meant her friends.
yeah. Like my friends jumped the shark. Jose, remember when we were in China and the first ever episode of Friends that you ever watched was one of the Rachel Joey episodes?
Yeah.
That was pretty dope.
Which now it all makes sense to me. I'm caught up.
Nice. And then another honorable mention from Kristen, America.
Yeah, there you go.
We've always been sketchy, but with a Cheeto rapist running things, we have Nazis and no body autonomy and kids dying in cages. This is a real...
Yeah. The kids dying in cages thing is one that I forgot about. I'm like, oh, yeah, right, that's happening too.
Yeah, does the kids dying in cages even make the top 10 these days?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
top six worst things happening in America right now.
Yeah, it really should. Yeah, it definitely does.
No, you know, here's the thing. Why is it that we live in a country where clowns coming out of the woods to attack people has become one of the most acceptable things to happen in the past 5 years?
That should happen one time. But it happened on Facebook, and so 10 million people shared that shit, so it seemed like it was a lot more.
So
don't get me started on fucking Facebook and the dissemination.
She continues her number 6, Transformers: The Last Night, which is real surprising that you would wait until that one to call the Transformers.
Yeah, that's deep.
But she said,
You know what's funny? That was almost on my list, and then I thought about the franchise as a whole, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Didn't the franchise show up on a shark?
Just riding a transforming shark. She goes on, she says, Marky Mark is an inventor science guy. That's stupid all on its own, who ends up wielding a sword.
He sure does.
And the only reason I know that is from the poster, because after Merlin and Anthony Hopkins' exposition, I gave up and stopped watching.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a good spot to stop. Yeah.
Number 5. This whole top 6 for everyone is just turning into, you know what really grinds my gears? Number 5, we as a society for allowing oxygen bars to exist. Open a window, buy a plant. Number 4, I was surprised to see these on her list. Jason X and Texas Chainsaw 3D. Both are so over the top and stupid, and I love them dearly.
I love Jason X. Texas Chainsaw 3D can go fuck itself.
When he beat that camper right up against the tree in the shopping, not shopping,
sleeping bag.
In the sleeping bag.
Number 3, Wizard Conventions. Trying to run 20 cons a year really didn't work out.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep.
Number 2, Movie Pass. Yikes.
Yep.
Hey, that one burned bright and fast. I've thought in the past couple days to like check their Twitter feed to see what's going on, but I don't really care.
Like, hey, Greg, I have an idea for a totally sustainable business model.
We'll get them, Greg. And then
I waited just long enough to see, I think, exactly one movie with my movie pass.
Oh, that sucks.
I was like, you know what? Yeah, I am going to give this a shot. And then, like, immediately they're like, so we're not sure how this works anymore.
So you got it like the week of Infinity War.
I'm in there. I'm in to win it.
Because that week was when it all started to turn to shit. And then number 1, Pumpkin Spice. We get it. We get it.
That is an expertly crafted list, Ms. Allen. Perfect.
Number 1A, white people.
J-Pop emailed us.
Nice.
To popcast@PanelsOnPages.com. He writes in a dishonorable mention to Kevin Spacey.
Oh!
American Beauty feels a little bit different now that we know more about that guy. Brian Griffin's death, Brian Griffin's death was one, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch goes to college. So it must be the Melissa Joan Hart show. Here's a good one. Number 6, Eric and Kelso leaving that 70s show, but they kept it going for some reason with Randy, the inferior of the Myers brothers, which I'm not a fan of to begin with. I stopped caring, thus stopped watching. Yeah, that's weird. They kept that show going without the two main guys. Number 5, Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
There were the rumors of him being a racist and anti-Semite, but his DUI and leaked voicemail just proved it.
But how fucked up is it that he's back?
Yeah, they just let him out of movie jail.
Yeah.
And he's like in comedy shit again. On the one hand, it's like, do you have to get punished forever for saying some dumb shit? It's not like it killed anybody.
Well, yeah, it would have been different if he did everything he said.
Yeah, he didn't really do, and he just said some awful shit. And it was awful shit. But it's like,
did he
punish someone forever for saying some dumb shit while drunk?
Did he ever really atone for any of it, though? And
especially for 15 years,
especially in this climate, like he got Me Too'd before Me Too even existed.
That's the thing. It wasn't this climate. He was in there before it opened up.
Yeah, but then you're gonna bring him back in the middle of all this?
Well, yeah, but his Me Too, I mean, it was not good to the opposite sex. But it wasn't so much Me Too. It was just more like.
No, he was like abusive, emotionally, verbally, physically, allegedly. And how many N-words did he drop? Like,
it's a lot.
If you drop a N-word these days, you're done. And Mel Gibson somehow gets a comeback.
It's all relative. But time plus, Kevin Spacey equals Mel Gibson gets to be in movies again.
Hulk Hogan somewhere like.
Yeah.
That's how you do it, brother.
Hulk Hogan said the N-word in private, didn't realize he was being recorded.
It's fucked up. Number 4, Tiger Woods.
Oh.
He goes from being on a
Okay.
feast to shatter Jack Nicklaus's majors record and the top poster boy for the game to getting caught having an extramarital affair, which broke the levee of personal problems that in turn ruined his professional game for 10 years.
You better put a plural on that affair. It was not one affair. This dude had like a blowjob in each city.
Fun fact, though, married by an internet minister, so not
There you go. Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
Yep.
That's what he said every time he showed up. No, it's cool. Internet minister.
And like I understand Tiger Woods is a sex addict and all this, and you shouldn't cheat on your wife, but also maybe he and his wife should have had an understanding. I'm just putting it out there.
You know what else jumped the shark? His fucking hair.
Number 3, Mass Effect 3. The game itself was good, and the ending of the trilogy was fine, but this is clearly the inferior game to Mass Effect 2 and every game BioWare has made, with the exception to Dragon Age. There's been a decrease in quality since then for this once great video game developer. Number 2, WWF buys WCW. Mainstream wrestling as a whole in America has had a free fall in quality, and I feel like in all days back to the point, in particular because it allowed Vinnie Mac to become completely complacent and surround himself with yes men who don't have the fans' better interest in mind, because there becomes no one to truly try and compete with him for almost 20 fucking years.
Yeah, that's a great point. In the Moxley Talk is Jericho interview, he talks about how, after he killed WCW, he basically formed this group of yes men around him, and it hasn't been the same ever since.
And then number 1 from J-Pop, email to popcast@panelsonpages.com, is Chris Benoit. He was one of the greatest in-ring competitors ever that had captivated a teenage me by the brutality of his matches until he completely destroyed that legacy in my eyes by brutally murdering his wife and son one weekend in June, creating a black cloud over wrestling in the mainstream that I'm not sure it ever got out from under. Sent from my iPad as it flies into a wood chipper.
Did he so much jump the shark as opposed to choke the shark?
Oh my god!
I wasn't going to make that joke, but see, but I would. To me, I wouldn't consider the Chris Benoit thing jumping the shark so much as just awful.
But I mean, the point being, it kind of ruined everything.
True.
Around it. I do get the line. I get it for sure. Hit us up on Twitter, Nice.
All righty. Let's go to my wife. If that is still valid in the state of Ohio.
You guys should be fine.
Mary shouts out 2 things on Mahoney's list, which we'll talk about later, and then also Movie Pass on Kristen's list. Number 6. The Harry Potter universe, after J.K. Rowling started rewriting everyone's backstories and making up rules where wizards just shit everywhere and then wanded away.
Just
magic. I feel like it got exponentially better when she started spouting that random bullshit.
Mary says, just
Shiticus forgeticus.
Kerouac, did you hear about this?
What was Kelly's line? Zippity zoppity, zippity doopity, there goes the poopity.
No, I did not hear about this.
Kerouac, this is canon. J.K. Rowling just in a random tweet said that back in the olden days, wizards would shit, either just shit out in the open or shit their pants, and then just
like a horse walking and dropping logs.
Yes, and then just fucking would create a spell to disappear the shit.
Zoopity, there goes the poopity, and off it
goes. Mary continues, just leave it alone, lady. Also, Cursed Child is kind of terrible. Also, I'm not a huge fan of the new movies. They're fine, but they're not great. Number 5, Star Trek Enterprise ruined Star Trek on TV. That was the one with Scott Bakula. Some people might say Voyager was the Jump the Shark series, but they are wrong.
They are wrong.
Number 4, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. The beef swinging from vines, surviving a nuclear blast in a refrigerator, aliens, no. In fact, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull kind of took the air out of the sails of Jump the Shark. It became Nuke the Fridge after that.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3, Funko Pops.
Fuck those things.
At first, it was like, this is fun. Those are cute. And now people camp out at Magic Kingdom to get their limit 10 per person pops to flip on eBay, and everything sucks now. And also, it has become literally an addiction for some people. John Michael.
Good name, John Michael.
Funko Pops are evil. Number 2, Facebook.
This is so close to making mine.
Remember the good old days before Facebook was full of fake Russian news, racist grandpas, and bored housewives trying to get you to buy shitty fingernail decals? It's not an MLM, honey. It's a business opportunity. And number 1, Mythbusters. That last season without Carrie, Tori, and Grant was a huge bummer, and I have no interest in watching any of the new Mythbuster stuff without Adam and Jamie. I still watch Adam's Tested channel on YouTube all the time, though.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah, Carrie was the best part of Mythbusters, if I do say so myself. You know what was the real best part of...
Your marriage got voided, so you can say whatever you want.
You know what the real best part of Mythbusters was? Pregnant Carrie.
What you got, Nice? Jose? Jose, go. You just talk.
All right. Let's do a shout out to
me, right?
evictions.
Yeah, remember when evictions used to be cool?
Yeah, now they're just fucking annoying.
Fucking passe.
Killing Darth Maul, which also leads me to sequels that rewrite the story so that they can fit, because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing when they made the first one.
Yeah.
Let's go to, we're going to take video games. Madden. Used to love playing Madden, and then they bought the rights to Madden so that they can be the only football game out there, and killed NFL 2K, which 2K was making.
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit pussy move.
What do you mean they
football
bought
games have sucked ever since.
What do you mean they bought the rights to Madden?
They signed an exclusive contract with the NFL.
Oh, okay. They bought the rights specifically
no
to the
other
NFL.
game can portray NFL characters.
Gotcha.
Then they came out with that one game that was like a bunch of those retired NFL players who didn't give them the rights, and like they all signed and made this game of that. Nothing's worked. Football games suck because Madden, pretty much EA pulled the WWE move and just became the biggest show in town and didn't allow anybody else to flourish. It's kind of garbage. Speaking of that, quality.
Just quality?
Just fucking quality in general.
Quality jumped the shark.
Fucking Burger King, your Whoppers are bullshit now. Just things that used to be good are just fucking garbage because they found a cheaper way to do it. Fuck you.
Yeah, but I also think that there is an upturn in quality recently too, because it's us millennials that are looking for better shit and are willing to pay more money for better service or better products, and there's a market for it.
Weren't you the one trying to tell me to get like on board with a new quarter pounder or some bullshit?
Oh, that new quarter pounder is fucking dope.
Well, yeah,
he agrees.
Yeah.
All right, continue.
But in to balance out the waves, the Whopper had to take a shit.
The Whoppers always kind of sucked.
But I get it, though.
No, the Whoppers back in the day used to be the shit. They were huge fucking burgers on a huge bun, like it was flame broiled. Now it feels like they just like they got like a brand.
Whopper's
gonna be huge, but it's dry as fuck.
Whopper's gonna make a comeback though, because they got that Impossible Whopper that they're working on.
Yeah, it's impossible for them to fucking fix it. It just never comes out.
You're welcome for that.
We're gonna go toy prices. Fuck you.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here.
That's something that comes from the fucking oil crisis back in early 2000s, and then just they never rolled the prices back after that.
Add oil.
Yeah.
Add oil to my shout out to oil jumping the shark.
Yeah, but oil also went down. You know, it was up almost around $4, maybe $5 a gallon at some point, and then it went down below $2 just a few years ago.
No, this Darth Vader still costs $20.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Toy prices are gonna go up with all these Trump tariffs.
Ugh.
Just small potatoes, but just one more fucking thing that sucks about that fucking guy.
Zero in the chat says, "Isn't a drop in quality just a synonym for jumping the shark?" Jose basically put jumping the shark on his list of things that jump the shark.
Jumping the shark list. Shout out.
Shout outs, jump the shark.
Awesome.
We're gonna go credit. Fucking credit.
Jump the shark.
Jose's just working out his demons in this list.
Fuck you. Credit.
Eat a dick, credit.
And then my last two kind of Lee hit with it earlier, just the fucking articles out there, like those whole "you won't believe this until you see this" or blah blah blah, and then this happened. Oh, wait till the end because this is fucking sucking this thing off.
I saw one today, and I didn't click it because fuck everything about it. It was like, does this Spider-Man Far From Home rumor spoil who bought Avengers Tower?
Like, I saw that. Yes.
Like, no, because no one's talking about that. No one gives a shit. And two, you can't say the words rumor and spoil in the same headline, you fucking dingus. Like, no.
That and articles that are countdowns like top 10, but you have to click 14 times to see it.
Yeah, it's a top 10, but they have 9 ads in between those 10.
And the worst.
They'll do 2 pictures for each thing.
Yeah. One page you're on is just the picture, and then you have to click again to bring up the type.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I guess I'm doing a fuck you top 6. Fuck you.
You've
grinding in gears, Jose.
You've earned it.
And then fucking Dexter, man.
Yeah.
Remember that time his sister tried to suck him off?
Oh.
Yeah, that whole at the end of season 6, she realizes she's falling in love with him when she walks in on him killing the dude. And then that whole season 7, she's dealing with her feelings about Dexter.
Like, such great characters, just giving them the dumbest shit to do. That really grinds my gears.
We've run out of ideas.
And those guys went on to make Iron Fist.
Oh, shout out. Also, Jump the Shark, their real marriage.
Oh, fun fact though, internet minister. So
it's all good.
Never really happened. That's why they could fuck on the show. Weren't really married.
Also, what also jumped the shark is her opinion of me when she saw me shooting her at New York Comic Con. Her fucking face jumped the shark.
Have her and Data get into a room, see how many camera people they can throw out.
What show was that? Was that for Limitless?
Yeah. I think so, wasn't it?
Is that show even on anymore?
No.
So it obviously had limits.
Yeah. Our buddy Ben hits us up on the Twitter machine. He says, number 6, most 90s mainstream comics. There are a few gems, sure, but I quickly grew so sick of the endless gimmicks and lackluster stories that I ended up walking away from the hobby for nearly a decade.
So did about 5 million other people.
No joke.
Nope.
Number 5, the finger poke with Doom, where WCW screwed WCW.
Yeah, that was a real shit moment, but WCW was bad for a while before that.
They deserved it.
But yeah, if you want to literally point a finger, that night was also the night that they spoiled the McFoley championship win. So they spoiled that, and then they did the finger poke of doom. So they deserved it.
Number 4, that moment in Star Trek Into Darkness that turned the whole movie into a shitty Wrath of Khan remake.
Man,
I like Star Trek Into Darkness.
Yeah, I like Star Trek Into Darkness.
Number 3, the endless format changes and mass firings at Wizard Magazine. The writing was on the wall at that point. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think Wizard jumped the shark when they hired us.
Maybe.
Yeah.
When they
Let's
started...
there's some assholes on the internet.
Yeah, when they started hiring dickheads from their message boards, yeah, it was going downhill.
Number
Hey, you guys
2,
want to write some reviews for us? Yes.
Well, they said if these guys do it from their house, when we shut the doors, we don't have to worry about their shit.
Right.
We don't have it.
Also, we'll give them $35.
We should do a follow-up and see if all the people got their shit back.
Number 2, finding out that Bill Cosby is a horrible monster.
Oh, yeah.
Ruined my childhood, but it did give it quite a thrashing. And then number 1, November 8th, 2016, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
The shout outs to the actual Jump the Shark moment from Happy Days. The solo reason Jump the Shark became a thing.
Hey.
So what you got, Knives?
All right. Number 6. A little controversial. Actually, let me go through my honorable mentions.
Shout out.
Batman v Superman was not good.
No,
but
sure wasn't.
The moment that movie jumped the shark was the Granny's peach tea.
Okay, if you're gonna pick a spot, that's the spot. Huh?
No,
Seriously, no.
It's when Lex Luthor placed a Jolly Rancher in a grown man's mouth.
No, that's good too. That's good too. That was just a
If
little.
you remember,
tease.
I think it's 38 seconds into the movie.
That was an uncomfortable, unnerving.
Yeah.
There
Like,
was no.
What?
There is no. It is not intimidating to put a Jolly Rancher in someone else's mouth.
Nor is it endearing.
There's no reason to do it at all. It does nothing for his character, and that is absolutely the moment. 38 seconds in is when little tiny Bruce Wayne started flying through the sky, and I turned and I said, "What?" And that's when I knew it was not going to be a fun ride. But when Lex Luthor force-fed a grown man a Jolly Rancher, I said, "All right, I'm out."
Man, I remember seeing Justice League and kind of enjoying it in the moment. And then they showed that post-credit sequence with Lex Luthor, who I had completely forgotten about. I'm like, oh, you had to do it, didn't you? You had to fucking ruin it.
And they fucking fitted Joe Manganiello with like a sweet Deathstroke costume that we're never gonna see again.
Oh my god, they should have known. I'm not gonna say the show necessarily took a dip in quality, but man, that whole McDonald's Szechuan sauce thing really jumped the shark for Rick and Morty fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's Rick and Morty fans.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like Rick and Morty fandom jumped the shark at that point. And then Clerks 2, as far as Kevin Smith goes, I remember being real excited for that, and it was soulless and kind of hollow, and
I kind of like Clerks 2.
I'm not a
I'm with Nice.
Not a fan of Clerks 2.
All the Elias Randall shit is funny.
And everything after Clerks 2, like, my opinion of, like, not even talking about the midget script, like, everything after that, Kevin Smith was not great in my eyes. All right. My top 6.
Here's the thing about Clerks 2. I didn't dislike it, Lee, but I agree with Nyes that it completely changed the course of Kevin Smith filmmaking. Yeah. It was a complete departure.
It doesn't have the soul of the original.
You lost that thing.
Yeah, what was it? Was Jay and
Kevin
Silent
Smith
Bob
effervescence
back right before then, right?
I fucking love Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Right. So to go from that, from the movies that led to that, and then to Clerks 2, that's absolutely the moment you jump the shark.
All right, so
fair enough.
My number 6. This will be a little controversial. That's why I put it at number 6. X-Men First Class.
No, that's fair.
I will go on the record as saying that I love X3, even though it's trash.
Ugh.
But then
I like X3. Absolute garbage.
I liked X-Men First Class just fine in the context of what it is, but you were absolutely right because it was the turning point for all the awful shit that came after.
Right. And now look where they're at. Disney bought their asses, and they're just kind of trying to get this last X-Men movie out.
I am so
Releasing
excited
it
for
because
Dark Phoenix to come out, because when Dark Phoenix comes out, I never have to hear anyone talk. There's fucking commercials for Dark Phoenix ever again. Like, I'm a big proponent in like movie theater etiquette, right? I believe that the society has rules, and there's a certain decorum one must have in a movie theater. But every fucking time the Dark Phoenix trailer comes up, I just out loud go, no, no, fucking no.
Oh man, I wish you were in the theater when we saw Endgame for the first time and they played 2 Dark Phoenix trailers back to back.
Oh,
shit.
I think that is considered a hate crime in 8 states.
And I like McAvoy. I like Fassbender.
Sure.
I liked Kevin Bacon as Sebastian Shaw. Like, some of the elements are good, but like the Mystique does not need to be in these movies.
No.
She does not need to be a main character. Beast is terrible. Like, that's not at all recognizable as the character Beast to me.
Remember when the next time you saw him, he could just become a regular dude again?
Yeah. He just does it whenever he wants. He just hulks out all the time. And he looks like a 2,000 Flushes werewolf. But like, even I feel like First Class and Days of Future Past have good bits in them, good performances, good moments, but overall not a fan of those movies. Apocalypse, terrible. Dark Phoenix, no thank you. Please, no thank you.
That fucking Apocalypse. I walked out of the theater and I'm like, nah, never again with one of these fucking X-Men pictures. So like, no fucking way. And then I saw a trailer for Logan and got real mad. So I'm like, shit, now I want to see that. But that doesn't even count.
But
it doesn't.
And with the
that
Deadpool,
is not an X-Men movie.
The Deadpool movies too is they don't have to deal with that continuity.
Yeah, and neither did the X-Men movies.
That's got him. Fucking gotcha, Raz.
Yeah, even the X-Men movies are like, just do it.
So I didn't realize this, but Simon Kinberg wrote X3: The Last Stand, and he's directing Dark Phoenix.
That can't.
Oh, they dropped Singer for that?
Oh yeah,
I
they
think
fucking dropped Singer.
I think he's tied to the Gifted series as well.
Not anymore, he ain't.
Well, thank God.
My number 5 is Comic-Con as a whole. The specific moment where Comic-Con jumped the shark was when these big A-list actors realized they could make fucking 20 grand in a weekend doing one of these shows. That's when it became, like, say what you will about the fucking Geico bus or the New York Comic-Con when they had Ace Hardware or whatever the fuck it was. Oh, what was it? They had a defense contractor doing a comic book at New York Comic-Con. That was bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
But it's when these huge big-name actors, instead of just coming to Comic-Con for the fun of it and doing like a little panel promoting their new shit, they came to make the money, and then it all trickled down from there where everyone was just out to make a fucking buck at these shows, and it became less of an enjoyable experience for everyone overall. So that's my little rant about Comic-Cons.
I like it.
Number 4, I hate to say it, but the Phantom Menace as a whole, like, how do you spend all of that goodwill from 15, 20 years of Star Wars, just those original 3 movies, and then everyone, like, this was going to be the biggest movie ever. Everyone was so excited, and boy, oh boy, just the kind of PTSD you saw in people's faces walking out of the theaters. I was working at the Disney movie theater when Phantom Menace came out, and I remember a friend from high school came to see it opening night, and we were all so excited for her to see it. She was going to be one of the first people that saw it of our group, and then she's coming out, and I kind of give her a look like, so, how was it? And she just doesn't say a word and just shakes her head, closes her eyes and shakes her head like, nope, nope, nope. I was like, no, that's not possible. And, I've come to appreciate Phantom Menace for what it is. And also, Star Wars has rebounded since then. But
What are you talking about? All those fucking chicks in it now? Jesus.
fucking bunch of sluts in Star Wars these days.
Terrible.
Come on.
Just terrible.
You and your feminist agenda there, Star Wars,
Oh,
with your Han
obvious.
Solo movies.
Ugh, awful.
But they've recovered to a point, and then Solo kind of hurt them a little bit. Even though we all fucking love
That
Solo.
fucking movie's
Solo
great.
rules.
It is very undeserving of all the bullshit it gets.
It's
Han Solo getting his last name almost made my list.
Oh,
number 3, we talked about this earlier, Dexter. Specifically for me, the Deb being hot for Dexter, it was weird. You know, season 4 was great. Season 5 with Lumen, I didn't have a problem with. Season 6 was the hot chick from Chuck, right? And also Edward James Olmos, maybe? Or were those 2 different seasons? Anyhow, the end of season 7 when Deb shoots LaGuardia was when I checked out on that series. And the entire season 8 was garbage. They didn't give a fuck about any of these characters, about any of the viewers, any of the fans, to the point where, you know, Mary has talked about going back and rewatching seasons 1 through 4 of Dexter. And like, man, I just don't even want to. Dexter is so... I don't even want it to be part of my life anymore. It hurt me so bad.
Yeah, I remember after watching the season finale and still seeing all these like Facebook Dexter, you know, check out, get the coasters. They're blood coasters, please. Like, we're sorry, but still buy our merch.
Buy this Dexter apron, why don't you? And that Dexter series finale was a community experience for us. Like, we all got together to watch that. And
yeah, we all watched the end of season 4 and the finale together. Completely different.
Yeah, it was it was like a support group at the end of that finale. We just had to talk it out.
Yeah, one of the things is like, I can't believe that it got made. Like, no one was like, no. What if we do anything else?
My number 2, you could probably pick 20 different jump the shark moments from his career, but Michael Jackson. Sure, the molestation allegations, probably a big jump the shark moment. Him going on TV and talking about them taking photographs of his genitals, yeah, that was kind of wild. You know, him settling out of
the intro.
That was kind of wild.
Like doing a settlement with numerous kids, like, yeah, that's kind of bad too. But I think maybe the moment where even the biggest Michael Jackson fans were like, whoa, this guy's fucking nuts, is when he hung his baby over that balcony. Like, maybe jump the shark should be called hang the baby out the balcony.
That's fantastic.
I'm glad he's at peace now, you guys. Hopefully burning in hell. and his poor young son who he dangled over that balcony is doing YouTube movie reviews now.
Oh,
God bless
God,
him.
outstanding.
They actually haven't. No, I still haven't hit my number 1.
I'm into it. I love it.
We talked about it earlier. I would say my jump the shark moment for WWE was Chris Benoit, because up until that point, wrestlers were dying off pretty regularly. Mid 2000s, like, it was bad. And then Eddie Guerrero died. Like, it felt like we were having tribute shows every couple of months, and it was real taxing. And also the quality of the product was going down. And then when Benoit happened, not only is it a huge tragedy, but the fact that WWE is partly responsible for it with, you know, the concussions and the schedule and just the culture, and then they immediately went into crisis mode and it was all very gross. They
Very tacky.
they held a tribute show for Chris Benoit before they knew all the details.
Yes.
And
Monday night was a tribute show, and Tuesday night opened with let's fucking pretend we've never heard the name Chris Benoit before.
Exactly. And, I went after that. I believe that was 2007. I went 3 years without watching wrestling. Yeah, I was out. And it
I've also
really
gone 3 years without watching wrestling.
it really hasn't recovered from that. Like, that is something that kind of hangs over the entire industry and will forever.
I used Chris Benoit in an argument with my wife the other day, and I think I won it.
Yeah, you kind of win any argument that you bring up Chris Benoit.
Was it like as an example or as a threat?
This is the Chris Benoit method of winning an argument.
One of our friends watched Jax for us for something, I forget what, and she had him with their kid, and her son plays football. And like, okay, we get, and he's like, oh, he goes so excited. And she's like, she did that thing that people like to do when they bullshit me about football. They brought back like a permission slip to sign up for PB football, and I'm like, fucking no, like hard no. I'm like this is not a bit. Like we're not fucking doing football. Like she's like, fucking why not? What's the matter? I go, CTE is the matter. Like fucking, you don't want him to play football now and end up fucking Chris Benoit his whole family when he turns 40 because of the chronic traumatic brain damage he gets after playing fucking football his whole life. And she just shut the fuck up. And I'm like,
tell her about Junior Seau.
Yeah.
He killed himself, but shot himself in the chest to make sure that his brain stayed around for them to like do tests on it.
Yeah, we're not fucking playing football. That's not happening. Like,
Aaron Hernandez.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but
O.J. Simpson.
Aaron Hernandez had nothing to do with CTE.
Yeah,
that was a fucking.
Didn't they cut him open and he did?
No, he killed somebody in college.
Yeah. You know
I've
why?
playing football his whole life.
Yeah,
Exactly.
He was a piece of shit. I'm
He
sure.
was
I'm sure
He
getting
killed
hit in the
people because
head.
he thought he was a thug.
I'm sure getting hit in the head a bunch did not help him.
Yeah, so we're not fucking doing football, and that's not me being cute. We're just not doing that shit. Like, and I think you fucking got it.
While we're ripping on WWE, shout out to them. Nice that the Benoit stopped him. That fucking bringing back NWO stopped me.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
They ruined it.
That's a solid list, Nice. Well done. Well played.
Thank you.
Well played. Let's see. Got email from Vetter. Writes in, just a quick question from Mahoney. Would E.T. be any better knowing that E.T. was in fact a Jedi? The proof is out there.
The proof is out there.
No, I don't like that at all. Why? If E.T. Okay, all right. Vetter, are you asking me if I would enjoy the movie E.T. more if it was about a fucking Jedi who got found himself stranded on a planet and needed the assistance of a child to get home? He's a Jedi. He's a Jedi. If a Jedi gets stranded on a planet, he has everything he needs to survive because he's a Jedi. So no, that makes E.T. 55,000 times worse to think that he's a trained Jedi Knight who needs a handful of children to ride him in a bicycle basket to safety. I hate that. I hate it so much.
It's so funny that Vetter brings that up because the evidence that he's using is because they show a pod full of fucking ETs in the Senate scene in The Phantom Menace.
Yep. And he does use the Force at some point when he gets all drunk.
Something tells me that if E.T. is a Jedi, they put him in that rocket and sent him to Earth on purpose.
Yeah, that was punishment. He wasn't supposed to make it back.
Like when the Illuminati shot the Hulk into space.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, good luck, you stupid asshole.
And all right, Vetter's list in no real order. Number 6, the Fonz. He jumped the shark literally and birthed the very phrase. That's in Happy Days to the Bottom of the Lake. Number 5, Adam and Eve. They fell from grace, and like the Fonz, gave us another phrase.
Oh my god.
Are
I
we
thought he
talking
was
about
I thought
talking
he meant the website.
Yeah, I thought he was talking about the
Yeah,
sex
yeah,
toy
that's what I was
company.
going to say. The website that
No,
funded
the
us for years.
Ever since they took away Ass to Ass Catwoman, it's just not been the same.
They have
I
Adam
missed
and
you.
They have Adam and Eve ads on Hulu now.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking going mainstream.
Have you seen? Okay, you know the one Adam and Eve, the girls
Ads.
wearing like the trench coat, and she takes it off.
Yes.
Is that the chick from Saturday Night Live with the big mouth?
Leslie Jones.
No, that one's.
Vanessa Bayer?
Let me see what she looks like.
I don't think Vanessa Bayer's doing Adam and Eve commercials.
Whatever, man.
I love that she's sexier when she has the trench coat on than when she's in that cocktail dress.
Hey, fucking some women can just wear a trench coat, son.
Yeah.
The girl in that Adam and Eve commercial sure can.
Number 4. This is an old school one.
Older than Adam and Eve?
Not quite that old. Number 4.
Jump the shark. First Testament.
Batman Super Molecular Dust Separator. From the Batman 60. God.
The movie?
66. The movie, yeah.
Yeah.
The fact Masters had one of these laying around the Batcave was too much for me, even at a young age. That was the point that proved that the 66 series was too cheesy. And that's hilarious if you're like, that's the moment. Like,
Right.
Yeah, that's the same movie with a literal shark jumping.
Bat shark repellent.
Yeah.
The giant penguin submarine wasn't a turn off. No, it was too much.
The old cartoon bomb.
Yeah. Sometimes you just can't get rid of a bomb. Number 3. LeBron James jumped ship. Lee knows what I'm talking about. Nothing but respect for the kid from Akron playing on his hometown team and doing rather well. Then he took his talents to Miami and turned off most of the NBA community. Fucking, I know, right?
Yeah, but he came back. He brought one back to Cleveland, so he fixed it.
Number 2. Married with Children's 7. I do remember this. One of Peg's wanker family members shows up and drops a kid on them. With Bud and Kelly being older now, they decide the Bundys needed another child on the show. Enter 7 and exit many fans. Bobcat Goldthwait played 7's dad.
I remember 7 had a very Haley Joel Osment vibe to him.
Yeah, he wasn't around for long. And I remember the bit, they're like, why did they call him 7? He goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kids. Called him the 7. The number 1, Dan Fielding's Phil Foundation. Night Court was one of my favorite shows as a teen, and Dan was a fantastic, narcissistic, chauvinistic jerk that was a delight to watch. Until his hobo errand boy, Phil, passes away and Dan gets all sentimental and shit. The characters weren't doing too well then. Fucking pulling out Married with Children and Night Court.
Goddamn Night Court.
Fucking Night Court. Well done. Saw the list. We got a Twitter one?
Uh-oh. Hold on. I'm going to send this. This says the Adam and Eve chick is Vanessa Bayer.
What? We're actually all out of Twitter except for Mahoney, and Mel didn't send in a top 6, but he did send in a gif of General Leia flying through space. That says that I got one right off the bat.
Well, I'm ready.
All right.
All right. Shout out to the 3rd movie of every early 2000s comic book trilogy. And extra bonus points to Blade because Blade 2 sucked also. So
Blade 2 is rad.
Disagree.
No. Blade 2, trash. Awful.
No.
Yes.
Blade 2 is definitely better than Blade 3.
Yeah. I'm not. You know what? I'd rather watch 3.
What?
No.
Oh.
Trash.
100%. If I had to pick a Blade movie to watch, it would be 1, 3, 2.
Yeah, but 2 had that cool song, Eye Against Eye.
I don't remember the songs from Blade 2. Who remembers the songs from Blade 2?
He has the soundtrack, probably.
I do. Most Def and Massive Attack. That was the soundtrack that was like the Spawn soundtrack. It was a lot of
rock rap mashups.
Yeah, well, not yeah.
This is why you had all those fake Columbia House accounts.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so I can keep getting Blade soundtracks.
This is why you remember every soundtrack from the 2000s. All right, next shout out is the Underworld movies because it's a war between vampires and werewolves and they all suck. That topic is far too interesting to have movies that bad.
That's completely accurate.
All right, number 6, C2E2. Remember when going to cons was, fun and cool and everybody enjoyed it and it wasn't like an exhausting chore that everybody hated?
Yeah.
So, C2E2. Remember when Kerouac was flinging cheese through the lobby and Junko was singing on guitars? I think those were the days.
Oh,
Not that anymore.
Those were the days, or was that the jump the shark moment?
I don't know. Number 5, the Matrix movies. The first one was great. The second one pretty good. The third one terrible.
That's a
Absolutely
real
terrible.
good pick.
Number 4, swimming.
You know what? Fuck swimming.
Swimming was great when you were a kid, right? Great, loved it. And now it's just a hassle.
No.
You gotta get changed. You get all wet. You gotta dry off. You gotta get changed again. Like,
Yeah, swimming for me at this point in my life is just synonymous with fucking chores.
yeah, who has time for that? It's,
Me, you fucking up.
swimming is a collection of like 5 things you don't want to do. All right, and now number 3, I knew he was going to be here, and I thought I could roast him from afar, but then he came on and told us how he's taking some time for himself, and he's getting his life in order, and he might move out of Indiana. And I said I was going to originally say Kerouac for number 3, but I can't do it anymore because I feel like we're on the right track. So I had to call it and change it. So number 3, Thundermats.
Fuck you.
I'm mad I was ever going to take precedence over Thunderman.
Fuck you, Thundermats.
He had that one night.
The blue shirt night.
Yeah,
He was a rock star.
he was.
That's true. That's true.
He was a
He drinks
rising.
that 2-liter of Coke and some brown whiskey.
He was a rising star in the population.
Yep. And then what
I
happened?
like his recaps on Facebook about his kids' baseball games.
No
Oh, that
thanks.
sounds awful.
It is.
Kim Kardashian, if you're listening, send me a recap of Thundermats kids baseball game.
Does when he's recapping his kids' baseball games, does he also mention Guillermo del Toro?
He's getting private messages from fucking Derek Jeter, and he's like, "Nah, Derek, I know how to recap baseball. Don't worry about it."
Oh, that's a good reference. That one was just for me. Thank you, Mahoney.
Yeah, that's for you guys. All right, number 2, Daredevil Shadowland.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Daredevil was great. Excellent for like a fucking decade. And then Shadowland.
I remember it felt like years that we talked about Shadowland in the comic segment.
It felt like years reading Shadowland.
It took a hot minute to fully recover.
It was
that was a mess.
such a difference. Like, a creative team after creative team came through on Daredevil, did amazing work. It was absolutely wonderful for so long, and then Shadowland. Shocking. And number 1, we've already talked about it 1,000 times, Dexter. And you know what we haven't talked about that makes Dexter even more uncomfortable? Dexter and Deb, when they got divorced in real life, like, that's when he was like, "No, you know what? Deb's in love with me now and wants to fuck me." And it's like, all right, that feels possibly retaliatory. Like,
And she shits on the script the first time she reads it.
yeah.
Fuck this guy.
So there's my
Super
list.
gross.
I want
right.
to give a God damn it, I forgot it.
Shout out?
I'll think of it. Yeah,
Take us home, Kerouac. What do you got?
All right. So number 1, I got to go with the Superboy Prime Punch.
Ooh, nice.
That, you're in a comic book universe where magic and super science and all of these things exist, if you want to do some shit like bring Jason Todd back to life, there's 100 ways to tell that story. For Christ's sake, the Lazarus Pit is part of Batman's mythology. But no, Superboy Prime punches the walls of reality, and now Jason Todd's alive again. Garbage. Absolute garbage.
It's not good. It's not great.
I don't know if anybody else here has watched it, but Archer Danger Island?
I like that's some moments.
Yeah,
Here's
I kind of fell off on Archer. I don't know if I've watched any of Danger Island.
So
It's not the best, but it's
So-
okay.
what is it? 2 or 3 seasons back, he ends up in a coma. And you do your whole previous season, Hollywood Dream or whatever the hell it was called,
Something like that, yeah.
which is supposed to be a dream sequence. Archer in Dreamland. Archer in Dreamland.
Dreamland, yeah.
It's supposed to all be a dream sequence.
Well, he's in a
because
coma.
he's in the coma. So, okay, that's kind of neat. You got to do something different with Archer, and you built in why that would happen. But now you're going to run with that. So your next season is a like 50s pulp Caribbean adventure. Next season is set in space.
Yeah, which I'm super into, actually.
You know what? Next season looks better. And you're right. There's definitely some good bits. I like Nazi Cyril. There's some good bits, but you reduce Krieger to the voice of a cockatiel or parrot, whatever the hell tropical bird he was.
He's a fucking macaw, you dummy.
Macaw. There we go. Yeah. And just in general, no, sorry, too dumb.
But it does have one of my favorite jokes in the history of the show, wherein Pam basically, convinces Archer to say that if the worst were to come to worst, that he could possibly maybe someday, it's not an impossible thing that they could get married. And so she just laughs on him and roasts him mercilessly. And at one point says, that idea would suck the dick of another bad idea just to get the chance to suck a bigger dick later. And it made me fucking laugh because I'm a little 12-year-old boy and dick jokes. It's great. All right, solid. I'll allow it.
Number 4 is a favorite of mine, but it's definitely a jump the sharkish moment, and that's Cable.
The concept of Cable?
Like, come on. You've got main characters who just had a baby, and you don't want to take the time to watch the baby grow up organically over the years. So, future warrior with a clone, and just, come on. Again, I love him, but Jesus Christ, what a thing.
Also, really bad at a job. Like, how many different dystopian futures can you come from, Cable?
Yeah. Cable's entire motivation was to come back in time and stop Apocalypse. And the first time he really faces off against Apocalypse kicks his ass.
You literally had one job, and he fucking sucks at it all the time.
Yup. Brings us to number 3. I'm going to disagree with Mary. Nice. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're going to go with Star Trek Discovery.
Oh.
Because
she hasn't watched any
Enterprise was at least a goddamn Star Trek show.
Is that the new one that's on now?
Yeah.
Yes.
On the
You mean the one on CBS, the free broadcast station that decided it needed a fucking pay app too?
Yeah.
Yup. First season of Star Trek Discovery is all about how they have mushrooms on their ship that allow them to fold space and time, and a space tardigrade that is the way they control that system. And
So
if
it's
that
Star
doesn't-
Trek peyote.
Yes. And that at least brings them to the Mirror Mirror universe and gives them some interesting conflict with the Mirror Mirror universe. So, okay, cool. It's a series about these Star Trek ship that can jump through. Oh, no, wait. Season 2 is all about time travel. And and it's just no. It's like somebody who never watched any Star Trek anywhere ever was just told, hey, we want you to make a show about Star Trek. And Star Trek is about traveling in space and all the weird science things that can happen as a result. It's like if you took episodes of Black Mirror and extended them into seasons of a Star Trek show.
The Orville is a much better Star Trek show.
Oh, Orville's a fantastic Star Trek show.
Agreed.
Orville is the exact opposite of jumping the shark. Orville put the shark back in the tank.
The only thing that's been weird about Orville so far is when
That they haven't been sued to fucking oblivion?
well, they had to write Ilara out of the show because Seth MacFarlane just couldn't keep his fucking dick in his pants and has to go fuck around with his actors, and then things go bad, and then the character has to leave the show now.
And then they just replaced her with basically the same character.
Right. Who is
Yes.
the worst? Side ponytail.
Oh, that's bad. I could use about 100% less Clayton too. Like Bortus is fine.
Oh, no.
Clayton? Yeah.
with his crazy dead eyes is the best.
Bortus's husband is just awful.
That guy fucking sucks.
What the fuck is the alien race? What's the name?
The
Mocklocks or something like
the
that.
Mocklins, yeah. The Mocklins are a fucking liability. 9 times out of 10, when
Yeah.
they have a problem on the Orville, it's because the goddamn Mocklins.
Yup.
Like, hey, your whole culture is trash. Like, your culture sucks.
Yeah, no, it's seriously like if in season 2 of Next Gen they had introduced a Ferengi bridge officer. Like just have number one walk in, have number one walk into the ready room, swing his leg over the back of a chair, sit down, and be like, "Sir, we're gonna have a bad time here."
J-Pop in the chat says, interesting enough, the inverse of jumping the shark is called growing the beard in reference to Riker growing a beard in the Next Generation.
Oh, I like it.
Citation needed.
Fucking A, all right.
So I guess we need to do a top 6 grow the beards.
Yeah. So number 2 is early 2000s WWE. So for
Wrestling in this one, I'm kind of surprised.
What's that?
A lot of wrestling in this show. I'm a little surprised.
Yeah,
it looks like wrestling
I am
and
not-
Dexter have ruined all of our lives
Yeah.
at some
Not
point.
surprised to get a lot of wrestling on the show about things that suck.
It right on that tail end of the Attitude Era. They really started to push the envelope. You had the Mark Henry and Mae Young, and she gives birth to a fucking rubber hand. You had Billy and Chuck's fake gay wedding.
Yeah.
Not woke. Not woke at all.
Not woke in the least.
Jessica Biel.
Triple H fucking a corpse.
Yeah.
Oh, he did fuck a corpse. That's right.
Yeah.
In a cane
Yeah.
mask.
So you had that big chunk there where I kept watching past that, but it became more of a habit than a hobby. Like up until that point, I was really getting into it. Corporate ministry is one of the best ideas they ever had. Because first of all, I'm a sucker for a good stable. And they take this idea that seems stupid on the surface. Oh, there's a mystical super being behind everything. And then they give you the swerve of, no, we're talking about just the corporate asshole that runs everything. And like, all right, cool. And man, riding high on that. And then they're like, but you know what other dumb shit we're going to do? All of this. And number one, I went with the more specific. Yes, President Trump. But America in general, Trump in particular, I would call Trump the jump the shark moment for America. Like, did we have some bad shit before? Yes, but boy, we did. We did one of the dumbest, worst things we could.
What would you say was the moment, though? Was it him announcing his candidacy and then riding down the escalator? Was it him winning? Was it him getting? Was it the Republican National Convention?
Like, for me, a big one is the fact that, like, for most of our lives, like, the Nazis were an abstract concept.
Yeah, just something like we just knew about from fiction, essentially.
Yeah, they were villains in movies and comic books, and everybody knew they were the villains. As far as the moment, it's definitely not him announcing his candidacy, because fucking I can announce my candidacy tomorrow. That doesn't much mean anything.
Yeah, but looking back, that moment was a real watershed moment.
Well, yeah, but I think
even he thought it was a joke at that point.
Yeah.
I think the legitimacy of the Republicans making him the nominee is really the jump the shark moment, because that's the point where it goes from this nut job is actually running to, oh shit, wait, people think he's going to be a legitimate candidate.
And they
he
all
has
talked
a 50% chance of controlling the nukes.
They all talked so much shit about him, and then once he was the nominee, they all had to kowtow.
Yup.
Yeah.
Because they have no backbone.
No.
And they're the worst people.
So, that's my list. Fuck Trump.
Real uplifting time tonight, guys. This is fun. This is good. I think it's a good
One more shout out. Fear Itself.
Oh, yeah. When we talked about this, I was like, yeah, Jose's going to bring up Fear Itself.
Fucking Fear Itself. Trying to talk to Homeboy, and all he kept saying was, oh, cool.
Homeboy?
Goddamn, gave him credit on his Iron Fist, and he's like, no, check out Fear Itself.
Yeah, you take that one so personally because he said it to you in your face. Like, he looked you in the eye and told you Fear Itself was going to be great.
Man, I didn't like Fear Itself, but if I'm going to pick a Marvel crossover, it's going to be Original Sin.
Yeah, that shit doesn't even count. Like, at some point I realized I can't even tell you what half those fuckers were even about, because they weren't really about anything, because they didn't matter.
I just know that one had a guy with an eyeball for a head.
Oh, you mean the mother?
Nick Fury ended up in Chains on the Moon, and nothing about it made any kind of sense.
None of it happened for a reason. None of it was earned.
Right.
And those eyeball Super Balls were at Comic-Cons for 5 years after that.
Got one on my desk right now. My desk is like a fucking Batman trophy case of Comic-Con bullshit.
It's got a camera in it. Always watching.
All right, so what are we doing next week?
I don't know. I don't think we have one chambered, so we might want to consider things, think things over, and just figure something out by end of the week, so we can get the conversation going.
The one that I had that on my list of potentials, and I'm not upset about it. Fucking sauces, you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say with sauces.
Yeah, let's do fucking top 6 sauces.
I'll talk about sauces.
Let's do it right now.
Talk about sauces.
Popcorn.
Top 6
pretzels.
sauces. Top 6
Popcorn
fries.
and pretzels. Kerouac, is popcorn a chip?
Ooh.
No.
Fucking ain't right, it's not.
Are pretzels a chip?
Pretzel chips are a chip, but pretzels as a whole are a snack.
All right.
Okay.
And they're definitely, but in
To
the...
think I had this man on my list.
What's your stance on ketchup being a sauce or not?
Ooh, man. I guess technically I would just refer to it as a condiment. But if you were like making a table of sauces and you put ketchup on there, I wouldn't tell you to get it off the table.
No, you should. That's fucking preposterous.
I'm just saying, If somebody wants to
It
put
belongs
ketchup on
the
their
table, but
if
yeah.
someone wants to put ketchup on their top 6, I'm gonna let
like,
them.
oh,
I'm
cool.
not
This
going
must be an
to.
8-year-old.
Exactly. That's exactly it, Lee. It belongs on the sauce table. But if it's on a table with other sauces, why are you touching it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Kerouac.
That's
What about Cheetos? Are Cheetos a chip?
no.
Oh,
Chips are chips.
So, but if you include Cheetos as a quote unquote chip, does that change your mind about popcorn and pretzels?
See, I can see
So
it, but I say get the fuck out of my
if
face.
somebody came up to me and all right, again, we'll use the table analogy. If I went somewhere and there was a table that said chip table and I saw Cheetos on the table but no pretzels or popcorn, yes, I'd be like, why the fuck aren't there pretzels or popcorn? Because we're just opening the door to basically fucking every snack now. Like, chips doesn't mean they come in a goddamn bag. Chips is a thing. You made a chip out of a potato.
But that's why when we did top 6 chips, it was like top 6 chips, quote unquote.
Pushing the envelope on what it means to be a chip in this goddamn world.
Yeah. No.
Motherfucker said
No.
wood chips.
Because you don't want to say
wood chips.
snacks.
Banana
because
chips.
You don't want to
Banana
say
chips.
Banana
What
chips,
about corn
plantain chips.
Corn chips count, though.
Absolutely.
Corn chips count.
You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be made out of a potato.
No. You can have any kinds of the veggie chips.
Yeah.
They're good.
What
Yeah,
about-
if you're an asshole.
What about pork
Ooh,
rinds?
Ooh. Wow. Okay, now pork rinds I don't think are technically a chip, but they're the one that I would put them closest to the dividing line.
Yeah, but why aren't they a chip? Because they're a piece of something that was chipped off and then fried. Imagine
We got chips for it felt like 7 hours a few weeks ago. Download that
Imagine-
episode if you didn't. It's a good time. So next week we're gonna do it for motherfucking sauces. And I'm very excited about it. Very excited about it. So email us your sauces. Popcast@PanelsOnPages.com. If you want to be a fucking real down ass bro about it, hit a brother up with a link. I'm just saying.
You want to be real nuts? Send us picture of your sauces.
Yeah.
Let's know your sauces. Where'd you buy it? That way, in case you want to buy this shit online, we could. I'm saying because I got a cabinet full of sauces, and always looking for more.
Juggalo John in the chat says, according to Wikipedia, ketchup, also known as catsup, red sauce, and tomato sauce, is a sauce used as a condiment.
What? Wait a minute.
What fucking psychopath?
Oh, ketchup tomato sauce.
Right?
No,
tomato sauce is its own thing.
Like,
Yeah, I
you
see
should've
tomato
clipped that
sauce as
part
like
out,
a-
out of your copy and paste because that just threw your whole argument out the window.
Tomato
Is that
sauce
just
is
like
like a
in somewhere
cooking.
like- Is that just like in Bangladesh where they don't have regular tomato sauce?
What you got to get into Bangladesh, you dick.
Come correct your fucking sauces, y'all. Come correct. So, yeah. Email us, popcast@PanelsOnPages.com, or leave us a voicemail, 616-951-1POP, and we'll get to it. It'll be fun. Let's talk real quick about comic books and get the fuck out of here.
The problem with comic books is the ink comes off on your hands. Every time you turn the page, you have to wash your hands.
Now, it's interesting you mention the
Ketchup is a sauce?
no, the Superboy Prime Punch, because this last episode of Doomsday Clock is kind of wild. So this is the big the Watchmen DC crossover thing, and this is all the entire issue is just Dr. Manhattan like hopping back and forth through time. It's like he's on the moon, he fucking almost kills Silk Spectre or whatever. He fucks off from his Earth, and he lands on an Earth in 1938, and he fucking hears about Superman. He's like, oh, cool, and he goes back to he's hanging out with this actor guy in the 50s, and then he goes back to 1938, and Superman's not there. Like, huh, where the fuck does Superman go? This is different. And he goes and sees his boy, and he goes back to the 70s. Oh, now Superman is on the scene. Okay, cool. And he goes back and he's not there. And it's like, wait, this universe is fucked up. Like, this universe keeps changing. They keep the timeline of this universe is all fluid and weird, and that's fucking me up in my detached omniscient brain. And he coined the term that this is not a universe. The DC universe is not a universe. It's in fact a metaverse. And I'm like, that's actually kind of clever. Like, it's a dumb fucking way for Dr. Manhattan to be fucking with the sliding timeline, all the various crises and shit like that. That was kind of neat. It's kind of a cute way to do that. I liked it. It was all right. And man, just gorgeous. Like, I don't care that it's late. This shit's beautiful. It's great. It's gonna read really well in trade. I'm just saying, it's gonna be good.
I remember the last time Kerouac was on, and the first issue came out.
It seems like it was that long ago. What else? Daredevil. Speaking of Daredevil earlier, was quite good. And as in a response to accidentally murdering a guy, Matt Murdock is like, I probably shouldn't be Daredevil anymore, and so he's not. And it's about the world around him as responding to a lack of Daredevil, and Fisk is all pissed off. And he's no longer Matt Murdock, no longer a prosecuting attorney, which, boy, was that an out-of-character move for him. He's now a parole officer, which I kind of like. He's just trying to keep people from going back to jail again, which is kind of good. I like that.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, when they brought him back for that relaunch, like, yeah, guess what? Now he's his assistant DA. I'm like, fuck out of here. That doesn't make any sense. That's not a thing he would do. But I like parole officer Daredevil. That's kind of a good move. And what else? That's about it, really, kind of worth talking about. I did like Amazing Spider-Man 22, the end of the Hunted arc where he fights Kraven, is pretty fucking good. Kraven doing his thing, trying to get Spider-Man to break while all this death and chaos is going on around him, and he's like, you were chosen by the gods to be the Spider, and you're just squandering this awesome power. And your gifts are wasted on you, and then the whole fucking curse. The curse of Kraven is the Spider must kill him, and he knows he's not gonna kill him, and he's all pissed off about him wasting his gifts. And Spider-Man gives a very rousing monologue, and he's like, "Oh shit, I think I fucking get it now. All right, cool, I get it." And so he goes, he opens up the casket. You think, "Oh, cool, he's gonna do the Kraven's Last Hunt thing again, whatever." And the scenes of him putting on the black costume are intercut with his crazy clone son just beating the shit out of Spider-Man as he tries to escape and presumably save Black Cat, but he's actually just beating his father to death while wearing the black suit, which is kind of a baller move. Like, overall, this is a solid experiment. It was a good run. I liked it. Although I am looking forward to the end of Nick Spencer's run, not because it's bad, but just because I hope they just quit fucking around and give it to Zdarsky, because that guy should just be writing Spider-Man forever. He's very good at it. And that's all I got. That's all I got we're talking about.
Chip Zdarsky, top 6 chips.
He's a number one chip, Zdarsky. The Zdarsky kid's going places. Who would have guessed? Anything worth talking about, Nice?
2 things. One, Mary and I sat down and watched all 7 episodes of Miracle Workers this past week. For those that don't know, Miracle Workers is the show with Daniel Radcliffe and Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi plays basically helpless Grandpa God, and God is gonna blow up the Earth in a week. So Daniel Radcliffe and this chick are in the unanswered prayers department, and they have to
vaguely remember this.
Yeah, I watched the first episode, kind of half watched it when we were in New York for Toy Fair, because they premiered it after the All-Star game, and just never caught up with it. And the concept definitely has a good place vibe to it. So it was on demand. I don't believe it's available anywhere but on demand or the TBS app currently, but it's a little clunky here and there. But once it gets going, like episode 2 or 3, they start to build this world. It's fun. So if you're kind of into the Good Place and waiting for that to come back, seek this out if you're at all interested. And Steve Buscemi as helpless Uncle God is pretty fun.
All right.
Because he's not like all powerful or omnipresent. He's just like, he's actually like a deadbeat layabout son. You meet his family at one point, and it's pretty wild.
Created by Simon Rich. He created Man Seeking Woman. I like that show a lot.
They do some little like behind the scenes clips after each of the episodes, and that dude looks like he straight up sniffs feet.
Yeah, he really does. I gotta check this out. Yeah, what do you mean it's not streaming anywhere? Get your shit together, TBS.
Yeah. And then one last shout out. It's John Michael's birthday today, so
hey,
shout out
happy
to John
birthday, John Michael.
John Michael, your
Everyone
birthday
send
present.
him a pop.
Your birthday present is if you need us to hold an intervention about your Funko Pop addiction, we will, because we love you.
True.
But happy birthday.
We got you. We got you. Fucking that's great. Yeah, anything we're talking about, Kerouac?
Going with the TV angle, because I haven't read a comic book in fucking forever. Your wife, I agree with her taste in a little show called Dead to Me.
She burned through that shit in like 2 days.
That show's great.
We watched the first 2 episodes of that tonight. It did not pull me in like I thought it would be.
It's a slow burn. It gets you.
It's got the best way I can describe it is it's got a very Desperate Housewives tone to it. Hey, look, back then I had a fiance and or wife. I forget.
That's all right. Jose keeps talking about Rizzoli and Isles, so talk about Desperate Housewives all you want.
But it's got that same kind of like quirky comedy drama angle where every episode you get a little more to the puzzle. But just a cast that really was fantastic. You got Velma from the Scooby-Doo movies.
Linda Cardellini.
You got Cyclops from the original X-Men movies.
Linda Cardellini.
You got Kelly Bundy going back to Married with Children.
They get a little real with her character. You did you finish it? I'm not going to spoil it, but there was that one. I was like, oh shit, they're going to play that angle. That's kind of interesting.
Oh, there's a lot of like they reference shit that she's gone through in real life, which I think is really impressive.
Yeah.
No, it's fantastic. I think it is absolutely fantastic. Really well written. That's a blast. I tore through it probably 2 or 3 days. Now I'm getting back into Hannah on Amazon Prime, which I also like.
The movie?
Yeah.
It is. It's just a whole new take on it, but they've got
so it's like a
two of the same actors, I think. But so far, I've loved Hannah too, and I'm really just sitting here waiting for next season of Altered Carbon. I don't know when that comes out with Anthony Mackie.
Hey, that's good.
But I am chomping at the bit to get some more Altered Carbon.
Here it's good. Like, sweet deal. Anything, Mahoney?
No. Yesterday I saw Godzilla. It was pretty cool. Fell asleep for the last half hour, but I don't blame that on the movie. So if you see Godzilla, tell me what happens in the last half hour.
Well, a Venusaur shows up and completely stops an entire town.
Goddamn right.
And then Charizard comes out of a volcano.
I
fucking great.
was watching it, and a whole bunch of monsters were coming, and then I woke up and Godzilla had won, and I said, "Oh, all right, I guess it's time to leave then."
I fell asleep during the Grinch cartoon when it came out, watching all the shit leading up to the part where he steals Christmas. And I fell asleep for the part where he stole Christmas, and I woke up to give him Christmas back. And I'm like, oh shit! Son of a bitch. Awesome. All right. Anything, Jose?
Eviction notices aren't cool.
Oh man.
That's one of the worst false alarm you can get.
Yeah, no, and I got shit in my hands. I just came home from work. It's been the longest. I have barely slept. I4 can eat a dick, and now I'm evicted?
Yeah. And they did such a nice thing for you when you guys moved in. They left that sign that said "Welcome, Jose," and no names.
Yeah.
And then
I
they're
guess
like,
I missed the PS at the bottom. Get your shit out in 3 days.
I'm glad you settled in, Jose.
I'm not even settled yet, but that's going to be cool. That's going to be fun.
you gonna start opening up all your old boxes.
Well, I can't even go get my boxes for another 2-3 weeks.
What?
I got no time. I jump straight back into work, and then I go to Vegas for work. I'm gone for a week.
Jesus.
So I'm not like able to unpack a bunch of shit for like at least another month.
No, that I understand. Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna get to you, storage. Fucking
for you.
jump storages. When did they jump the shark? God damn.
You have had a storage unit for like the better part of 15 years, it feels like.
Well, he needs that because if he gets rid of it, like it's really close to home. And what if he gets rid of it and he can't get back into that one?
That's right.
I thought the logic was he needs it because he's getting evicted.
Oh, I don't know. Where the fuck is he supposed to put the futon if he gets rid of the storage unit?
Jesus. To the fucking dump. All right. So, hit us up with your sauces. Fucking big ups to Kerouac for coming up, hanging out. Appreciate you coming by.
Yeah.
10 years, you son of a bitch.
Big ups to Kerouac for bringing up Desperate Housewives. We haven't talked about that for
Fun. Thanks everybody who's sending their list today. This is a good one. It was fun. This is a good idea to every once in a while pepper in
some hate.
A shitty one.
From the past.
Yeah, like a shitty one.
Some
You know,
of that
like,
haterade, yeah.
yeah. Just every once in a while get a swig of the haterade. It's good for you. Take a ride down that hella hater. It's good.
Yeah, we should do one that's just like top 6 things that people do in public that just fucking grind your gears.
Oh God.
Oh.
Like, are you a nana speaking to your grandchild? No? Then put the fuck off your FaceTime. No human being should do that in public, you fucking weirdos.
top 6. Fuck you.
Public arguments.
Oh no, those are fun.
Yeah, I'm in on public arguments.
Yeah, no,
I wish everyone I was around would just
That's
fight
like
with each other.
top 6 people watch moments.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's the one guy just digging in his ass.
Hey, you know what I just found on Instagram? The last 30 minutes of Godzilla.
Hey!
And Instagram is the superior social media network.
Yeah, I was going to counter that argument today with look at how many retweets the Pikachu King of the Pokemon trailer has gotten on Twitter. Yet I can't post it on Instagram because the video limit is 1 minute.
Yeah,
So.
well, you got to clip it into 10 different things.
No.
And then you gotta swipe.
No, fucking no.
That's
Somebody
what you got to do. You got to swipe, and then make sure your caption is completely unrelated, or all the kids are gonna laugh at you.
Somebody did that with one of our videos, and I was incensed. One of our Comic-Con videos, I was like, no, this cannot stand.
Gross. All right. So we'll come back next week, talk all about that nonsense, and more nonsense if I had to guess. It's my boys' birthday party this weekend, and the in-laws are going to be in town, so I'm sure I'm going to have tales to tell.
Oh, that boy's going to strip so good.
Oh, he's going to strip so hard. It's going to be. Although we're going to get rained out pretty hardcore. Apparently there are horrible thunderstorms for the next 6 days. So we have to come up with a plan B pretty quick. So maybe you'll have less reason to take his balls out. So maybe you're lucky. Although
B stands for balls.
I was sitting on the couch, and I had my my left ankle on my right knee, and just kind of cross-legged, and he's just wearing his drawers because he hates fucking pants so much. He may be wearing a shirt, probably just his drawers, little boxer briefs, and he runs up and just puts his nuts on my knee, just teabags my knee, and goes, "Hey, Dad." I'm like, what? He goes, "My pee's on your knee." And just slaps his ass off and runs away. the fuck did you do that?
That's assault, brother.
No one is more into their dick than a 5-year-old boy, I've discovered. Just get a load of that. Just wait, Mahoney, you'll see.
I can't wait for him to rub his dick on my knee. It sounds great.
Not my sweet boy.
No. Not only does he rub his dick on your knee, tells you that he's doing it. Yeah, it's gonna happen on accident. He's like, no, this is a deliberate move. Look what I've done here. It really, in that moment, really fucked up our power dynamic. Let me tell you.
Yeah, he basically runs the household now.
So that night when he was asleep, I put my balls on his chin and took a photo. I'm gonna show it to him when he's 13.
No, wait until he's 17 and show it to his prom date.
There you go.
But you gotta give it. You gotta slide it to him. You gotta say, "My pee's on your chin." Giggle and run away.
Like, I had no basis for this. I don't remember. Fuck you.
Just remember,
Soon-
I always win.
Soon as that first girlfriend comes over, you just bust out the shirt you had made with that picture on the front of it.
Oh God.
And if you really want to scare them, take the picture and put it into like a huge photo album. Let them see you put it back.
I did not do that, Google Robot. Don't turn me in. That was a bit Google Robot. No, you're listening.
Oh, we're not going to get demonetized. We're going to get arrested.
Well, no, we're not putting our balls on children's faces. It's just
No, you're all accessory now. You're all accessory.
Yeah, I think because we're like a part of it.
Yeah, that you thought it was hilarious, so you're culpable. That's how it works.
So what if I find it?
No, that's how the internet works. I've seen it on Twitter. That's how it works. Sorry.
I was never here. You're looking for Jason Kerouac.
Damn it! I was just gonna make that.
The hallucinogens back together.
All right. So email us, popcast@PanelsOnPages.com. Leave us a voicemail, 616-951-1POP. Yeah, and we'll talk to you guys next week at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/panelsonpages. For Jason Kerouac, Jason Nyes. Fuck, I lost it. Jose Guzman and our buddy Mahoney. I'm the Lord Reverend Rodriguez. I'll talk to you guys next week. Good night. Love you. Goodbye.
Demonetize this, you fucking Google ass bitch.